Shalom.
Shalom.
When the start of swords by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostle of Great Millstone, and honest you brothers in the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Where the Hebrew Israelites come out week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, right? And one of the things, we'll just touch into it real quick. I was just thinking about how, a lot of the youth in this world is in the Western world is lost, right? No respect of the elders, right? You're at a point now where it's like you'll have like elderly people that don't want to leave their house, right, at the time that school is finished, right? And the story that came to our witness something earlier on, right? I don't know the full details behind it, right? But the point, it was just a young, a girl just shouting down the entire train, right? Whether she was, had a reason to, I don't know what was happening before, right? But the story that came to my mind, right, was this one here in Kings, right? So, whichever brother has it.
Right, yeah, this is 2 Kings 2. I'll start from verse 22. It says, "So the waters were healed unto this day, according to the saying of Elisha, which he spake. And he went up from thence of Bethel unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him."
Oh, see, I've never little children out of the city, and these children in these cities these days, man, they're just full of shit.
Yes.
On scan, you see them just post up. I mean, sometimes you look at them, it's like, whoa, like, were we that bad?
Nah, man.
But yeah, the answer is no, right? Because this world and the stuff that Esau pushes, if you could hold up, is it Proverbs 20 and 16, the one train up a child,
Yeah.
right? The way that Esau has set up these children by way of either the television programs,
Yes.
right? Like, the elder always goes into how when you watch a lot of these TV shows, you have the child being an asshole.
Yeah.
But somehow the parent apologizes to the child.
Crazy, man.
Right? It's a backward situation. I remember there was a time, a couple of years, but it was, held in camp like that side of the park, right? And in 2-2s, what happened? Right? There was basically a child beating up their mum. Right? Just straight beating up their mum. Okay? Whereas that in our law, certain things were stamped away quite quickly and quite easily. And that's just one of the reasons why we want this place to go down. Because you don't want to raise your children here.
No.
Here it is, you'll be a man of the Lord doing your utmost best to raise your child. When they come home, okay, what did you learn? Right? You're doing your best to find out what it is that they're learning in these schools. Right? Training them up so that they're able to get better in them being a man, right? Or a woman, whatever it is. Okay? Right? But then they're around these bastard children, man. That are, here it is, your child will be a so-called good student, start hanging around with certain of these children, and then they come back home being a demon.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, I didn't teach you this. Sorry, if you go on,
Yeah.
you get the law on an unruly child.
And it says, "Little children of the city and mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. And he turned back and looked on them, and cursed them in the name of the Lord Yahweh. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tear 42 children of them."
That's it, right? And then there's a point that one of the brothers made, which we'll go into that in a little while, right? About just showing how, the prophets back in the day, they were feared, right? Once again, pushes out this image of prophets just being, these smooth, come my child type of individuals. No, when the prophets came on the scene, because they know the prophets, when you read Jeremiah, in fact, if we can quickly segue to that, if we just hold it, right, quickly segue to Jeremiah 28 and 8, and then we'll come back to this, right? Because when the Lord put the prophets on the scene, right, also prophesy downfall and terrors, right?
Yeah,
That, bro?
that's right. Jeremiah 28 and 8. "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied, both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence."
That's it. So when the prophets came, they didn't come with so-called good news, if you want to put it like that, right? Which ultimately, yes, will come in and preaching destruction to this place, right? Because that's what's prophesied in the scriptures, right? The Lord has a vendetta against this place. However, ultimately for us, it's good news.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you read 2 Ezra, the 7th chapter, it speaks about unless we go through this hell, well, we can't get to the city,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
You know. But sir, if you get those
You want
two,
the law, this?
yeah, get the law. Yeah.
Oh, you need
Oh,
this.
and if you got whatever you have first, whatever you have first, whatever you have first.
Proverbs. This is the book of Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Right, and Esau understands this, man. Right, you read Psalm 64, it speaks about how this man performs a diligent search. Right, how this man, you know, looks things up. Right, and he understands, right, that when you're basically a child. In fact, if you could look that up, right, something like impressionable age of children or whatever. Or I don't. If you can word that better, the word, right? But he understands you basically want to get a child young, so that's one of the reasons why he made sure that there were no parents in the house. Right, he forced the woman into the workplace. So then, who raised up your children? The state. Right, he created that system, and you know, when brothers are texting, I haven't got youths. When you're listening to brothers about the school system and the rules around school, that now you can't just take your child out of school. That it's like, if you do that, you've got you know, issues, right? That you might get fined and this, that, and the other, right? So they've created a system where you've got to send your children to these schools. But then when you see some of these teachers, they don't care about the children, right? And no, I've said, bro, I've used the apps in it.
Yeah.
You know the apps you find, and then you'll be like teacher, and you're looking at her. You're like, you teach children.
Yeah.
You know the ones there.
A wild freak. Like.
You know them ones there where he's just like, I know you're sloshing in a club on a Saturday night, and then you go into school on Monday like, hey kids, you shouldn't be around children.
Yeah. And you see that, like, you know, like sometimes it comes out in the news or whatever. Like teachers dressing inappropriately around children. Like, pencil skirt, breasts all out, buttocks all out. Yeah, man.
Well, and more so, one of the things you're saying. No, he's not. He shouldn't be eating.
Yeah, just eating
No
the food.
worries, no worries. It's more for him.
She is naughty.
Or her.
That's all right. No,
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
No, Midas, come. Midas. Got the Midas.
Yeah, because I know
She's still a pup, so she
Yeah,
will.
no, it's because I know dogs can't eat certain things, so
Yeah, well, she doesn't know that. Come on, come on.
that's all right. No worries. You know. Yeah, you know. Yeah, if you just chop it. Yeah, no, there's certain things that certain animals can't consume, innit? I think dogs can't eat chocolate. Not I think dogs can't eat chocolate. I just think it kills them.
They eat everything with it.
Yeah. They eat everybody. So I know certain. I know chocolate can be poisonous to a dog, innit? But yeah, we was reading Proverbs 22:6, weren't we?
Yeah.
So if you could get that, what's it?
Yeah, I'll get that.
Oh, did you have that information actually?
Yes, can't.
Okay.
And it's very spiritual that she said obviously the dog was a pup, and like, what did she say before she left? They don't know, because it relates to what we're talking about. They don't know what's good or bad.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Yeah, hey, spirit, man.
Okay.
You know, kids don't know what's good or bad because why? They're impressionable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I put in Google AI, the bot, what age is children most impressionable? And it's got good points. It says children are most impressionable between the ages of 2 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
During the crucial development window, a child's brain is in a highly receptive state.
Exactly. And at what age? I mean, what age? If you hold that, let me find it out. UK. What age? What is it? It's not. We don't call it. It's not nursery. The one after nursery.
No.
What's the one after nursery?
Reception.
Age do
4 years.
is it 4 years?
Yeah. Well, America, where they got kindergarten?
Yeah, kindergarten. Yeah,
No,
reception.
they're starting at 7, is it? Or they don't do the.
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about the other
I
sex.
believe in
Yeah.
Canada as well. They started at the age of 7.
Right.
No, primary school.
Oh, primary. Yeah,
Yeah.
primary. Yeah.
Nursery here, around age 3, right?
Well, nursery, they you get sent like they've created a system where, like, let's say, which the UK is a bit better than the US on this, where you will have your child and then, like, you can get health, which is called childcare for a little while, like government subsidized childcare, so i.e. nursery and stuff. But a lot of the time, right, where it's like if you ain't got that, you got to go back to work, and when you're at work, the child has to go nursery, and that may be from like 1 year old. They're in nursery or 2 or whatever. But yeah, it's like, carry on.
Yes, it said during this crucial development window, a child's brain is in a highly receptive state, functioning primarily in a brainwave state that allows them to absorb experiences, behaviors, and language like a sponge.
Yeah. So once again, your child, right, is watching these programs. Once again, you'll be watching some of these programs, these so-called children's programs, and they'll be demonic as hell, right? Like for instance, it came out that Coco Melon, right, is basically like crack for babies, right? It's basically like crack for babies in the way that it's got the fast transitions, the colors, and it's like bright. I forgot the terminology, but the bright colors just frying their brains from a young age, right? And then not only that, and once again, I ain't a parent, and it is what it is, but it's like all of the screen time that young children be getting these days, right? Where it's like at that age, them just looking at a screen for so long, it messes up their development. Okay, and once again, Esau knows this, but he made parenting so hard that as a parent, you see it where mom and dad, they're through, right? And they're just like, oh, just take the iPad, right? But what's that doing? It's frying a child's brain, man.
And also done. It destroy the
Attention
attention
span,
span.
yeah.
So it's like if you stand with a child like for let's say like 5 minutes, for them it will be like 1 hour.
Yeah,
So they're gonna
exactly.
start like boring and start moving around.
Exactly. It's like whatever. Like when we were growing up, what did we have? I Spy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If
You
you're
have to
not
go outside and play and learn
Yeah.
things.
If you're on a long road trip, bro, you had to entertain yourself some way, somehow.
Simon Says.
Simon Says, all of those things, right? Even just once again the cuts in a lot of these shows, right? Whether it be music. I remember I was just at a place and they had like a music video on. There wasn't a scene that was more than 3 seconds. I was counting it. I was like 1, 2, okay, cut. 1, 2, 3, cut. Right, and all that's doing is to fry people's brains, right? Esau knows what he's doing, but slack it.
No. It says hypnotic brainwaves. From birth to age 7, children operate primarily in delta and theta brainwave states. This is similar to a state of hypnosis, meaning they download information directly into the subconscious minds without a filter.
Damn. So once again, when Esau is, whilst we're holding that, if you could get about wine. Yeah, we can get that one first. Right, and was it Psalm 64, right?
Yeah.
Psalm 64. If we can get that
Diligent
first.
search, the one who said diligent search.
Diligent search. Yeah. Yeah, because that's deep. Like what we're reading in here, right, is deep. Because if it's coming out on the air, that means it's something that they've long known, right, and then that they've been manipulated. Because that's the thing with Esau, right? Once he learns how something works, the next question that he has is how can I weaponize it? Okay, that's why when you read Psalms 140, it speaks about the violent man, it speaks about the wicked man. Okay, because that's all in his heart. You carry on.
Just like from the top, we're gonna set the point.
Whatever you feel like, bro.
Yeah, no, that's right. This is the book of Psalms 64 and 4. So 80s. Yeah, we start from 5, right? 64 and 5, Psalm 64 and 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately.
Yeah, if we go, they can. So read that from the top again.
This is the book of Psalm 64 and 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter.
Yeah, so Esau encourages himself in an evil matter, right? That's why, like for instance, for us, whenever we see something that Esau presents, we already know that there's some kind of wickedness behind it, right? Because we understand that we're dealing with the devil, right? We understand that, okay, this man, he's not got your best interest at heart. Right, that's why certain times you might, certain conversations may come out, right? Might be a whatever, right? But certain conversations come up. But one of the things that we understand is these people in the world, they ultimately won't get any breakdown, because one of the things is, what we scriptures talk about, he that is spiritual judges all things, right? And that the base of the carnal man can't receive the things of the spirit, right? But then also outside of that, right, is an understanding that with Esau, with these people, they don't believe Esau's the devil.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Hey, we've all met a Benjamite, right? A Benjamite uncle that I mean like Bun Babylon.
Yeah.
But then you be like, think, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you know, Esau's, you know, so-called white man's a devil and that. Oh, whoa. Right now they're trying to back you up. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, I thought you just said
Yeah.
what you were saying. Right? Point basically being that ultimately we're the only ones because of this truth, where we're looking at Esau as, this man has evil intentions towards us, right? Towards life. Okay? Sorry, Karen, bro.
They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
Yeah.
But
If I may, Boksha, yeah. So the scripture says they search out a diligent search. They accomplish a diligent search. So all these experiments that Esau does, you know, in the laboratory is very thought out. You know, Esau is like a master of psychology, man.
Yeah.
You know, and the socials, understanding how people socialize, how they think, how they interact. You know, he studies these things and puts them in like charts and surveys and statistics, man. Right? You know, he knows that feeding your children sugary stuff and puts them in a state of madness, hyperactive behaviors. Yeah, he knows this.
Yeah.
And we know he's wicked because guess what? He will call it FDA approved, but it's not necessarily beneficial to your health.
Oh, it's there's a funny one on that. Like, you know, Tic Tacs.
Yeah,
They're like, the mint. They're basically 100% sugar, but you can market it as sugar free because it's less than 5 grams of sugar, or something crazy like that, right? But that's just that's Esau.
Yeah.
Like,
Esau's loopholes is just ridiculous, man.
yeah, that's it. Was it on that?
no, but the inward thoughts of every one of them, and the heart is deep.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Esau accomplishes that diligent search, man. When you was talking, I was thinking about how easy it was for Esau to get women to smoke, as an example. But all he said was, don't let a man say you can't smoke.
Yeah, like feminism wine, yeah.
That feminine, in fact, you could hold that as well, right? You know, giveth his neighbor drink Habakkuk, right? So, because Esau understand, that's why Esau's always trying to make people attach themselves with identity politics. Because then people end up, and I forget the correct term, is it, I can't think of the term right now, but basically people start cognitive dissonance, where it's like, because it's my tribe, despite the fact that I know that it is wrong, I'm going to still defend it, because that particular happening is my tribe. That's why, for instance, you had Jake marching for Chris Carver. It's like, bro, nigga was in the wrong.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like, let's be real. Like, he was, doing back and forth. Bro, if someone's got a gun trained on you, right? Bro, chill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, agree with that adversary.
Yeah. Quickly.
Quickly, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the ones where even like you might be in not even in the wrong like that, right? But someone's got a gun trained on you. He's like, hey, you put your hands where you can see them, right? But what was he doing? He was trying to move his whip back and forth. He got taken out the game, right? But yet, what did Esau? He weaponized that identity politics, right, to get people to go and a protest for him. So then now the heathens, they're like, but he was a demon. What? And then what's that doing as an image for the rest of Jake? It's like, why are these guys defending a demon?
Yeah. You're supporting bad behavior.
But yeah, if you can finish on that information.
Yeah, let me get the main points. It's a lot. Okay, key areas of influence. It says behavioral mirroring. Children intensely mimic the emotion reactions, habits, and coping mechanisms of parents and caregivers. Language acquisition. The mind effortlessly maps vocabulary, accents, and emotional tones during this period.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why it's like you can, when you're, now that we're getting older, growing up as men, right? You're dealing with these women, you start to understand. Okay, cool, yeah, she didn't have her dad around.
Yeah. You can
Right.
see the patterns.
See the patterns, right? You can see her mistrust of men, really is her mum's mistrust of men, right? Go on, bro.
Yeah. And the last one, it said core belief system. Fundamental ideas about self-worth, safety, trust, and how the world works are permanently wired into the subconscious by age 7.
Yeah. So yeah, and
Spiritual number.
Yeah. And what did it say there? Permanently wired. Right. So that's why it's important in those early days to really, influence your child at the best that you can. But Esau makes that nigh on impossible. Right.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, the way these children are, how they're interacting one with another. That's why you just get a whole bunch of demonic ass children, man. You go, bro.
It's a book of Ecclesiasticus. Third term is start from 3. He that teaches his son, grievous is the namer. I mean, so
Bro's got football on his mind.
they say neighbor.
Oh, do you say neighbor? I heard Neymar.
It's neighbor. I was about to say neighbor. Okay. Ecclesiasticus 3, start verse 3. He that teaches his son, grievous the enemy, and before his friends, he shall rejoice of him.
That's it. Go into, bro.
Yeah, that's how you were saying. Like, I mean, the way you teach your child, the way you grow up, you know. So the presence of the father is very important in the house to guide the child. You know, most of these children have been raised with their mother, single parent. That's why you see there's a lot of feelings going on. Yeah?
That's it.
When you're around them, you know.
Yeah. Right. And yeah, you be even what do you call it? And these brothers are children, right? They can attest to it, where it's like just being around a woman and hearing her handling certain things. Certain times you need to have the man to be like, yo, hey, what you doing? Don't do that. Right? Yeah, no.
Quick one after you. Oh shit. You finished the pizza, yeah?
I was just jacking up what was ice.
Though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead. For he has left one behind him that is like himself.
That's it.
That's called a conveyor belt.
That's it. Yeah. And that's one of your friends back in the days used to see a lot of XYZ and son, right? ABC and son, right? Or whatever and co, right? And company. Why? Because it was all about, okay, I'm with my father. My father will train me up in certain things, right? And then that's one of the things that you would end up getting expertise. So let's say your dad's an expert in something, and you've been doing it with him since you were a young child. And the thing is, you're your own person, you're your own spirit. So you're going to come in, bring your little bit of flavor, right, with it. And then all of a sudden, right now you got something amazing, because it's like generations upon generations.
See.
Now you got generation of gangsters.
Exactly.
But now man are too free spirited. Like, and now they want to continue the father's business. Now they want to go do some madness.
That's it.
But then how does your family name? How does your legacy grow?
Exactly.
If you want to just abandon it? Because what ends up happening, like, you have to sell on to some other guy that's going to continue the business. But then what happens to your thing?
Yeah.
Your family never gets to that prosperity level that you niggas talk about and shit. If you don't actually continue what's been set before you.
Yeah.
You have to become super big to branch out. Man want to branch out before he's even got anywhere.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah,
We're fucked, man.
That's it.
We ain't got business to pass on, man. Dad's a tradesman.
Got sons with no businesses.
Dad's a tradesman. Well, a lot of the trades are fucked now anyway.
Where we was basically going into how just a lot of these young children, right, are just straight up demons, man. Right?
But that's a lot of that is down to, like the brothers are saying, obviously, if you're a good man, because it works the other way too. Like these niggas on the conveyor belt of jail. Who is it? One of them niggas, the recent one with the Fulio thing. I think them niggas, the 2 brothers is in jail. Now the 2 cousins is joining them in jail too. That's another conveyor belt.
Bad brief.
But a lot of it is down to popular culture. Esau introduced popular culture, which can then disconnect the children from the generation before. That's why you got a massive difference between generations, like the MTV culture. Like when MTV came out and it started pushing that counter youth culture, the youth were on a completely different wavelength, more than ever than their parents, and that's continued. So now you got children, you got these counter youth cultures that's buzzing around. Now don't get it twisted, the youth are always going to be up to youth things, but now you've got specifically targeted youth cultures that's capturing the minds of the children that are completely different to the way the parents interact. Now, if the parents gotta go to work all day, which is a reality, like, let's be honest, like, if you're in the West, bro, you gotta go to work more than likely, and your woman has to go to work.
Yeah.
That's just how the game is played. So now you got less time with your children, right? You're more isolated from your wider family, because they're gonna probably spend less time with cousins, more time with friends, things of that nature, and they're watching MTV, and they're watching all these live streams, and these live streams are programming them with a nature and a custom that you don't operate in. And then that's how you get these weirdo youths, where you're like, their parents ain't even like sometimes, yeah, you see these ghetto people and they're just like their parents in terms of level 10 ghetto. But then you got people that their parents ain't nothing like you're like, what the hell happened to this youth? Yeah, that youth's been sitting there watching TikTok and all this stuff, live streaming, Adrian Broner, and now everything, their whole world outlook is based upon counter youth culture, which tends to be self-destructive.
And then they come in with the solution of your children can't use social media anymore, which really we need to authenticate everyone who uses social media.
Problem, reaction, solution. You know, so it sounds reasonable, but it's not really to protect the kids.
Attacking the children, or the aspect of the children, is always an easy play for Esau. You know, if you want to sensationalize something, oh yeah, dead babies and anything to do with children, adults tend to like, well, he's got a point. And so it's easy for them to
makes
push
sense.
things. Yeah, of course it does.
Because you're supposed, in an
protect
ideal
children.
world, and this is what we mean about Esau, Edom being the devil that the Bible speaks of. You can have something that is good, right, or can be used for good, but you put it in the hands of the devil, it's always going to be twisted around the other way. Almost everything like the TV is not really a bad thing. The TV could be a beautiful thing in order to give people opportunities to see things and to experience things that they wouldn't normally be able to experience or see, like a fucking panda or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, bro, when I was growing up, I used to love watching documentaries, but and it broadened my mind in terms of what I could understand. Like, you ain't gonna no panda in Montserrat, bro. Man might get a panda pop, yeah. You ain't gonna, but you can sit there and see a panda and how it operates. Like, and obviously it's not as good as being there and studying it itself, but like I said, TV has its good point. The Urim and the Thummim has good. But then when you put it into the hands of the devil that the Bible speaks of, there's gonna be deception involved. So it's the same thing, whereas government is not bad. Government, righteous rulership is there to say, okay, we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that, to mind the flock. It's not an evil thing to have a government. But then when you got Esau Edom, which is the devil, he'll come like what he's doing is for your benefit, but there's always an ulterior motive, man. And it's the ulterior motive that makes it wicked and evil.
Though they pretend to help you, she actually undermined you.
Yeah, so something can sound, like, oh, that's a good idea, but then when the devil, and I call it the operating system, that's my new terminology. Esau just uses everything as an operating system.
OS.
And it doesn't matter what the operating system is. If you're the one, this brother will know. You can use Linux. Yeah, Linux. You can use Linux. Make sure we're getting it right. There's some tech nerd on the You can use Linux. You can use Open Office, open source, or you can use Microsoft. Yeah. But guess what? Each one of those are operating systems, but you could type the same shit. If your goal is to type up some satanic shit, you can type it up. The OS don't matter. So it's the same thing with Esau. With Esau Edom, you could call himself a Christian. Bro, you could, Esau sees everything as an operating system. So it's like Christianity, boom, operating system. He's still gonna do evil. Islam, evil. Capitalism, evil. Communism, evil. Democrat, Republic. He can come up with a whole bunch of operating systems. That's all they are to him. But at the end of the day, if the man that's got his handle on it is evil, it's just gonna produce evil.
It's a book of Ecclesiasticus, 29 and 25. It says, for the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt.
See, iron, you can make weapons. You know, you can create farming tools, but you can use them to kill. You know, it depends on the person who's building the thing.
And they show you that in the movies. Even Esau pre-programmed you to understand that any technology that they get, they're gonna find a way to do wickedness with it. And it doesn't necessarily mean the technology is evil. But Esau will find a way. If there's one thing he'll know, he will find a way
To weaponize
it or to use it against you, to get some kind of advantage over you, to use it as a form of oppression, to oppress you.
It's like the atomic bomb, right? But on the face of it, we're trying to discover new energy and all this kind of stuff. You can use energy, right? What's the first thing they make? A bomb. You know what I mean? The energy stuff came later. It's like, okay.
What it's like, because I was going to say about the plane, what was it, 1906, with the Wright brothers, and immediately 12 years later they
Fighter
put
jets.
guns on them to kill a whole load of people.
Most things that Esau gets his hands on, it doesn't take long before it gets corrupt, perverted, and it starts working against you. You know what I'm saying? Like the school system, schooling. The idea of having a place where children can go and learn certain skills, there's nothing inherently evil about that. But then, like I said, it's all an operating system. How can we then use this system to destroy everything? And the system is like, you look at the education system, it hasn't been updated. The education system we have now was a system designed to give each person a general amount of education to go into the factories. To then branch out into different of these factory jobs, right? And then they had to invent higher education for these higher tech jobs, tech opportunities that they had to have. They haven't updated the system because we're living in a world where they're saying, oh, that's obsolete, and they still ain't updated it. So a lot of men are going through the general education to come out the end of it to not even have a job anywhere.
A lot of men are going uni paying $9 grand a year, and that's excluding the other fees, to then not have a job at the end.
But they're still teaching class like English lit and poetry and things like this. It's like, why? Like, is that really important right now? If you want to learn poetry, you can probably do that yourself. You know, or you got a university degree and learn poetry. But in terms of like a general usage of knowledge, that's not relevant anymore.
But that's because
RE,
universities is just to make money.
To make money.
So they don't care. Like, you come in there and they're just gonna make money out of you, and a lot of money. It's a big money. And again, Esau's system is more about extracting wealth from people and oppression, and there's no room for righteousness, man, for what's right. You know what I'm saying? And this is where we're having the big problem. Someone get me we seek a new heavens and a new earth. Your rulership here isn't supposed to be a bunch of predators. Esau's rulership is predatory, and that's what people don't understand. Truly, what the saying is, like a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what Esau is, because at the end of the day, when you break down the system of Esau's society, and I don't care whether you want to go to the east and call it communism, or you want to come to the west and call it capitalism. We're not going to fight against those two false paradigms, because those two things are two operating systems created by Esau.
It equals the same thing.
It always equals the same thing, because at the end of the day, what you're going to have is a group of highly predatory elite Edomites at the top looking to devour the flesh of everyone below them. And they will only take care of them as much as to facilitate said oppression. You understand what I'm saying? They will only take care of you as far as it is to facilitate said oppression. And it's true. Listen, the Industrial Revolution, after the Industrial Revolution, many things were done which created a class, kind of like a middle class, where in places like the UK and in places like America, a lot of people were lifted up out of poverty and were doing better than their parents were doing. Again, but that wasn't for them, because as soon as Esau found a way to get around that, these men are going back where their parents, where their great-grandparents were.
That's why when you look at a lot of like the buildings in, say, the north, the reason why they look exactly the way that they are is because they were basically factory homes. Right, the factory was like, look, man, sort of like how China builds just the same home over and over again, right? But it's like back in the north, you go to like Yorkshire, regardless of where you are in Yorkshire, there's a good chance that the house is going to have the same structure, because a lot of those times were factory towns. And then it was the employer was like, look, well, we need people to come all the way here, so we need to take care of them.
Well, and that's where you get the boomers. The boomers were paid well, job for life, and they were paid well, get in this factory so that we could get this job done. But now, They don't.
They don't care.
They don't, you know, which they didn't care then. That's the point. It was always a system, a predatory system, and they're gonna devour where they can. It's never been a system of King David and caring for the flock. Esau doesn't care for his sheep, so he's not willing to really sacrifice for you. They're not. You don't have elites that are willing to sacrifice for you. Their wealth must always grow. Their wealth must always grow at your expense. It might grow more or it might grow less, but it still must always grow. You know, and this is where we're living under.
It's Sirach chapter 13, I'm going to read from 2 to verse 4, right? It says, burden not thyself above thy power while thou livest, and have no fellowship with one that is mightier and richer than thyself. They push this idea of all equal. Bro, there's a massive gap between us and them. Massive gap, right?
There ain't no equality in justice.
No.
That's all a farce and a lie.
From time you can just outspend someone in court, and then you've won.
War of attrition.
War of attrition.
Financial
That's
attrition.
Because, scriptures talk about not taking a gift as an example.
Yeah.
You know, when
Yeah.
in judgment.
And so
Which
many
the
times
whole-
you can be bribed and things like
Yeah,
this.
the whole political system in America is based upon donations and gifts.
Tabernacles of bribery.
And again, listen, there's nothing wrong with the rich or the elite having the annals of power. That's where you get the nobles. But what does the word noble mean? You see what I'm saying? We got a bunch of nobles that ain't noble.
That's right.
They're just predators. They're vampires. They're you know, you watch them movies and you get like you ever show the vampires are always elites.
Yeah. Blade and all
You know, Vlad Tepes, Dracula is he living in a castle. He's an elite, and he used to prey upon he's a lord, didn't he? He used to prey upon his servants.
And nobles are meant to be concerned about the welfare of their citizens, and be charitable and all these things, and be like an example to others. But these elites, they're like you don't want to be those.
They're oppressors,
You know what I mean?
man.
Yeah.
They're oppressors, so they'll destroy your. They'll purposely keep you sick. You know what I mean? They'll keep you sick. They'll keep you dumbed down. Right? They don't really care about you. Yeah, but it's true. And if they don't even care about their own people, then they damn sure as hell don't care about you jakes, man. And that's what you need to realize, that even their own people, that's why their own people are crying. They're hurt. They're all up on Twitter, nigga. They're losing their minds because ultimately their elites here are leaving them behind. They don't even need them no more.
I thought we were all gonna get a Michelin star chef or something.
Yeah.
Oh, he's smoking for that.
Yeah,
one.
Elon gonna take them to Mars. Elon don't care about you, you useless eater. You're all on Twitter saying, yeah, Elon, yeah, white genocide. Listen, bro,
He just wants to change the ones and zeros.
they want a white genocide because they don't care about. They've never really cared about you lower level Edomites. All you gotta do is go read
Oliver Twist.
what's his name? Yeah, who was the writer? Charles Dickens.
Dick, yeah, that's the one.
The workhouses. Who you think they had in them workhouses
Oh,
in the UK? You know?
there was a. I'll find it.
Them chimney sweeps were, you know,
Because the way they look at you, you're a lower level class, man.
you're low class,
And
man.
then you got nothing to do with them.
Now you think Trump cares about you. Trump is rubbing shoulders with elite Edomites. These elite Edomites look at you lower level Edomites with disgust, and I understand why they do. Because you're so low
Backwards.
IQ and backwards, you know, and you're entitled. Because the system of white supremacy lied to you, made you think you're entitled
Superior.
to everything the elites are entitled to.
Yeah,
But you're not. You never were. Right? So just go to the job center and hope that DEI can get you a job.
Yeah.
Talking about IQ. Man, you got these bubba on Twitter, yeah, who can't get a fucking A in any exam. He's never got an A in his life. Talking about, yeah, man, the IQ's in Africa. It's like, brother, you can't even get an A on an exam, bro.
They spell IQ.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what IQ stands for. That's crazy. A man's on there talking about Africa and the IQ. Bro, like, get out of here, man.
See you listen. So for how agree the kettle and the earthen pot together, for if the one be smitten against the other, it shall be broken. Right? The kettle's gonna smash the earthen pot. Right? The rich man have done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. The poor is wronged, and he must entreat also.
Yeah, the rich man will do wrong, and they're loud and proud with it, man. You see how these men operate.
Oh, God, beg.
That's why they can do what they do in the world, like, and it's like, all right, cool, we did that, because they got control of the media, and the media will will smoothen it out. And then the opposition that's against them is on the payroll too. So they be pulling punches. And that's how the game works. They be pulling punches, man. And there ain't no real accountability for these devils. They know that they can, listen man, don't worry man, just do what we're doing and you're gonna be okay. That's why Tony Blair ain't in jail. You make a mistake at your workplace. Mistake. If I go to my workplace
One
right
death,
now
one death.
and I do, if they had a safety critical procedure, right? And I don't follow the procedure, it's Belmarsh. Them man ain't having no, it's, in fact they're looking, bro, this is what we do know. Especially if you work in one of them companies, bro, you better get representation because they need someone to blame. They need someone to blame. Like the situation that just happened with that Bedford driver, the whole thing looked spooky to me. I was looking at the whole situation and I don't understand how he managed to get onto a section. And it could be a possibility that some system failed. But guess what? They will rather come out with the fact that, oh, the driver did something and it's his fault than the system failed. Because that has ramifications. So the driver will get it.
And it costs more.
And it costs more. So the driver's already dead. So it's like, they will 100% be willing to put it all on the driver error. When it looks spooky to me because the systems shouldn't allow for driver error in that situation. But we know what it's all about. That the poor man working for the company, you make a mistake, you're gonna have to pay. Belmarsh, you'll be in there with the murderers. But these high-level Edomites can blow up schools and just, we're just doing an investigation, you know. And then Pete Hegseth, because Esau is the devil. They used to have a system where before you could hit a target, you had to go through a whole bunch of checks before you can hit the target. I think it was after Iraq war or something war that they brought that system in. Pete Hegseth specifically said that's woke. And so he got rid of that. So it's just gone home. And then so now they blew up the school by accident. We don't know if it was accident or not yet. Brothers is out here saying it's a sacrifice. I would tend to agree, but let's just run with the fact that it was an accident and incompetence. Where is the accountability for killing 200 school children? There won't be no accountability. People forget about it already. So
it's purposely taken out of the cycle.
But a poor man did that. You be under the bro.
One death, just one.
You're cooked.
Not 1,000 or 10,000. Like one, you be in. Done. Finished.
You know?
Because on what you were saying about the costs, you see that in aviation a lot. So I'm an aviation man. I love all things planes, right? But it's like what happened with the 737 Max, it took 2 crashes of the same plane before it was like, actually we might have an issue, right? Because if you find out early on, okay, there's something not quite right with this part of this component, that means the entire fleet is grounded, right? And if you're an airline, you're gonna want your P's. So for them, it's a lot easier to just be like, like we're into the India, so Elam pilot, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot easier to
DEI.
It's easier to say DEI.
Right. Bro, we're gonna smash these Edomites up. These Edomites can say what they want, do what they want to get. If you got enough money, you could do that. You know?
Verse 4 says, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee.
There you go. If Esau is giving you anything, there's an ulterior motive. There's always an ulterior motive behind this guy. And that's why they're trying to bring in this MOTB system, and people gonna find out how ruthless it's gonna get. They keep making these dystopian movies for you, and it's like man's not getting it. That there's gonna come a point where the system will decide whether you are useful, whether you are useful, whether you deserve rations for the day. Man, now they'll say, oh no, humanitarian. You don't know this man.
Man, I'll be giving you aptitude tests and everything. He's like, score low. Chuck that one away. You know, basically, like, get rid of this dude.
You think this man, you see, because they think that this man is a charitable man, that this man cares about the weak.
Does it for free.
No, he doesn't care, and you're gonna find that out because they are eugenicists, which means they don't like. And what's the proper word?
They don't like undesirables.
They don't like undesirables. Yeah, I'll use that word.
And they've deemed machines above you. You know, the AIs, the machines, the robots, they deem them above you in that scale, the hierarchy.
So guess what? If you in the new world order, if you got certain genetic issues, you're gone. You're gone. There's not necessary to have you around.
Dead
All
weight.
the autistic kids, you think they're gonna chip them up and have them walking around? Them men are getting removed from the population.
Turn to Sparta.
Yeah.
Shut the child off.
Dead serious, because these people are eugenicists at heart, including Elon Musk. They don't believe in helping the weak. They believe it's their right to prey upon the weak as a predator. They don't believe in love thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor for what? They don't have those
They're not
principles.
useful.
Quick precept. Sure.
Their thing is do as thou wilt. No.
This is Proverbs 29, verse 7. I'm reading the NLT, Baba Kishar. It says, the godly care about the rights of the poor. The wicked don't care at all.
The wicked don't care. They don't care about the poor. The man will have a token gestures. They'll have token gestures that they put out there to give the appearance that they care about the poor.
We do charity.
Oh, we got a welfare system. The welfare system is just a way of they've used to create government debt, because they're going to use the government debt as a crisis to create the next stage. There shouldn't need to be no welfare if the system was already providing for people in terms of work. You shouldn't have someone working for Walmart and having to get fucking food stamps. Walmart should be paying them enough so that they don't need to be on food stamps.
Right.
But Walmart won't pay them enough to be on food stamps because they want the taxpayers, the debt to build up on it. It's a scam.
That's it. Because when you look at, and that's one of the arguments that people say against the so-called welfare state, is that it was originally designed to be someone's temporary solution. But as the elders going into, the world is so messed up now that it's become a permanent solution for the large majority of people.
It's subsidizing the profits of corporations.
Exactly.
Yeah? That's exactly what it's doing, which is an oppressive system.
Yeah, because it's like what you get certain of these corporations making billions in profits, but then their lowest employee basically is struggling to survive.
Yeah, they got to be on food stamps and EBT, yeah, and universal credit. There's bare people working on universal credit. Yeah, and we always talk about the economic system of the scriptures and how it's based upon land ownership.
The rich own the land.
But these men they own all the capital. The capital is what drives the economy. So they own the means of production. And they own the land. So they own the land, they own the means of production. You're just a human resource hoping to get a good salary. That's it. What's the goal of any immigrant? That their child goes to school and grows up and either kick ball, which is what? Another human resource. It's just a higher level human resource because you could really get it popping. When you Jadon Sancho, then you become the client and you're flying out the baddies, bro, and telling everyone it's your girlfriend. The clients, these flipping dudes. You know what I'm saying? But we're all products of that. Yeah. Pretty much. We're all products of our parents didn't really have much to give us in that way, but brothers had to get education and home. Please, master, can I get a
Good job.
And that's what Jacob been in America has been like that. There's a Motown song about I need to get a job. Then the man came back with another song called I Got a Job. Yeah, because we're human resource. We're human resource.
And the third job.
Now you gotta have three. Yeah, there's bare man having 3 jobs in America and that, man. What's going on?
That's how.
Meanwhile, you got the rich, the super elites here. They're just caking up, man.
There was that gentleman, that farmer in the States, that basically did a comparison of how many ounces it costs to buy a cow and how basically it's been consistent throughout time. Right, so if that's been consistent, one, it shows you that the monetary system in the scriptures is the right one, right? I.e., gold and silver, etc.
Crazy fluctuations.
Mm.
But then on the other hand, it shows you that this man is adding oppression for the sake of adding oppression.
It's all about oppression.
Well, we know it happens every year. Man, I talk about debt ceiling.
Yeah.
And they'll argue about it for time. Government shut down. No one's getting paid and stuff. But it's going to go up.
They'll
There's no way
decide
it's not
when they go to the MOTV. That's when all the debt's going to be cleared. And that's what people are going to be, oh, this is great. Not knowing that, yeah, because you don't need debt no more to control people. You literally have control over everything. So that is more important than even riches. If you control the dispensary of resources, money doesn't even mean anything at that point. And that's what the average person don't get. You know, they already print all the money, but they want to get to a point where the money don't matter for the elites. No. It doesn't matter. If I could go tell the machine, just give me what I want, yeah. It doesn't matter how much money I have. When you got a limit and he's unlimited, you know what I'm saying? It's different.
And the FRA is just well, yes, it's not even real. It's not real.
It's not real.
They have all the resources that FRNs buy. You know what I mean? So it's like they don't need the money.
Yeah, like, a lot of these elites, their wealth is not just in money. They print money. Their wealth is in authority. Their wealth is in power. Power is more important than money. A lot of men don't get that. What would you rather? What do you think is better, to have £1 billion or having the power to just say whatever I want is mine?
Yeah, it makes the money worth it. So that,
Yeah.
But it's like that saying, man. Like, what's it? Gold is the currency of kings, silver is of the nobles, and debt is the currency of the peasants, man. That's where everyone is. They're at the peasant level, so they deal with all this FRN funny money. It's not worth anything.
Which they're gonna blaze into a glory, but then they're gonna retain power over the system, which is all that you need. When you got power over the system, then I could tell you every day you can get 5 liters of water, but my thing is unlimited.
Hey, and the same moves with the MOTB.
Yeah, that's how the
access is
MOTB
limited, bro.
They got the unlimited one. They got the one that
the black card, American Express black card.
No, but they showed you that. There's a movie called Water Moon. It's a Korean thing or a Chinese thing. I don't know. Sorry, it's like Chinese or Korean, one of the two, man. Yeah, and basically in the film, the Earth's running out of water, so they want to go to the moon. There's water. They found water on the moon or whatever, something. Yeah, and in the film, everyone has to go to these dispensaries to get water. Now you got the bronze thing, you got the bronze thing, the silver thing, and the gold thing. Like, now if you got the gold, because the way they got the woman to sign on to the mission, listen, we'll get you a gold one and give your sister a gold one. But the gold thing's unlimited. There ain't no limit on, you go use the gold thing, whatever water you want you can get. If you got the silver thing, there's still a limit, but it's massive. The bronze thing was what the normal people were on. They were just rolling up, and man would give man a little cup, a little bottle of water. Yeah, that's the New World Order. The New World Order, you have the super elites. Their chip is going to be the master chip.
Same with the movie In Time.
Yeah,
you know, time being.
They got the master thing.
Yeah.
Oh, in the movie Gamer, they showed you his chip could control people, but other people's chip can make them be controlled. You're going to have them, what they say, one ring to rule them all. You got the master chips, which have different permissions within the system, and that's really what the elites, they can have that. That's why they want to build the system. Silent C, that's it. They want the system of control that system. You're under that system. You don't have no control.
They're above it.
You're just getting whatever the system gives you.
But this is like the same way how the China social credit system works. Because those that ain't got the good ratings don't get access to a lot of things. But obviously, if you're like high up, then obviously you get access to whatever you want to get access
Yeah,
to.
there ain't no ratings for them elites. Like, they just do their thing.
Now they're philanthropists. They're already up gold standard. Gold standard already.
It's Esau's the asshole, man.
Yeah.
So you still got them precepts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said the new heaven you wanted, yeah?
Yeah, the new heavens and the new earth, because our system of rulership is rulership. It's not oppression. Even though we're gonna have people in slavery, it's still not oppression.
But it isn't. Because
It's all
the
oppression,
hardcore is the punishment, bro. The hardcore is the punishment which you deserve. Right?
Yeah.
After that hardcore is done, it's like anything else. You're just a subservient nation. That's
You
what it
can
is.
flourish.
You know what I mean?
You can live good in the new
It's
world.
like we're A-side. We're always gonna be A-side. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Where Esau's system is like wants to crush you, our system isn't about crushing people, man. Yeah, flourish. We ain't got a problem with that. Just give my man 10%, bro. And then you just do your thing.
Yeah.
And we'll help you. Yeah. You want the knowledge? Man will kick you the knowledge to do what you got to do. We ain't gonna be like sadistic and hateful or perpetual anger.
They might do it better.
Yeah, we're not worried about that. We'll always be on top and we'll always be ruling. And that's why the world is gonna just grow and proliferate and just be prosperous, man. Whereas Esau's thing is like, he gotta get the world like a boa constrictor, just choke the world out and what do they call it? The vampire octopus, bro. Just nasty with it. It's the brother that was here last week.
Yeah, go on. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus 14:5 says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
Yeah.
He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envies himself, and this is a recompense of his weakness."
That's Esau Edom, man. He's not even good to his own people. That's why they're complaining, and he sold them a bag of goods. This Trump guy was supposed to bring back the goodness for the average American. And what's happened? I told him, me and the priest Shaman, we'll be talking about, and I've been saying, bro, he ain't here to make America. When they think he said he's come to make America great again, they're believing in the lie that America is this place that these Edomites were brought to as like a promised land, so all Edomites can prosper. Yeah, the boomers. But like I said, there's a reason why the boomers prospered. It was a necessity of the system to have the boomers enjoy what they enjoyed. To build up the New World Order. It was built through the boomers, getting the good jobs and all that, keeping them happy. They don't need that no more. So that's why you see even the children of the boomers are cooked. And the boomers are like, "What's up with you, man? Just get a job. Let's
Work hard.
Let's work hard, I get rolled out of bed, I knocked on a few doors, I got a job straight away. It ain't hard. I bought my house after 2 days.
Because with the analogy you used, that was their operating system. That was how it operated for them.
Yeah.
So it's hard for them to kind of empathize.
It was necessary because remember, there was a shortage of workers because of the war and rapid growth. So them men were doing good. I ain't gonna lie, the American dream, the boomers, if it ever existed, the boomers got it. But remember, the goal of America wasn't for you. The goal of America was to set up a new world order. So when you see Trump coming in talking about golden age, you've got it all twisted in your mind. You're thinking the golden age is white supremacy and I get all the good things because I'm white, I'm entitled to them. No, the golden age is the super elite, with some matrix-like new world order system with about 500 million people underneath them, suffering, and being slaves.
Because the easy way to see what that is like what's been happening. The gap between the rich and poor has been getting bigger. So who's this system really been benefiting?
Well, the stock market's up though.
Yeah, for the rich.
Ah, man, Trump is there to downgrade America, to downgrade that privilege that these Edomites have had in the world. Even that privilege they're gonna lose under their own people. They don't want there to be a middle class among Edomites. They just want the elites, and then you Edomites are gonna be just another number. And that's why they really hurt, because the system's kind of moving like that. The system's kind of moving like the benefits they used to get of white supremacy. Like for instance, the ability to just walk around and bully man. That's why they're begging for it. So why can't I just call him a nigga? I need an ego boost right now, and I can't style on my man. Why is my man getting a job? Why is he getting a good job?
It can't be that he's smart.
How come he can't be?
It can't be that.
How come flipping my man's on the football team? It can't be that they're just the best ballers in the country. And then they start coping. Oh, replacement. And all this stuff. Bro, you're coping because all the benefits and privileges that you thought you were entitled to, the elite still have them. You're the one that lost it. The elite still have the power and the control and the sex slaves and all that stuff. Like, they do what they want. You've lost that power. You have to be sitting on the bus next to a Jake, or you got to be standing up and there's a Jake sitting down.
He's like, back in my day.
And it's like, damn, where's the privilege? This like, man, telling me about white privilege. Where's the white? But in a way, you're right. That white privilege thing is diminishing. It's not completely diminished, but it's diminished enough. And then you're losing so much economic power and prowess that you just hurt.
Well, but this is the thing as well. It's like a lot of these employers, they know that hiring an Edomite, they're going to be lazy. They know certain.
Bro, bring in the H1B1 slave.
Exactly. And so them work visas are actually slavery, because it's like your entire family depends on you keeping that job.
So you better work.
So it's like, yes, master. Like, for instance,
I'm not telling you to do overtime, but you kind of need to get this shit done.
yeah. because that's what one of the things people pointed out when Elon bought Twitter. Is there was a picture of like him, and basically everyone, it was like, oh yeah, we're still working at midnight, and people were like, right, like, see how many Indians are there? I was like, yeah, that's a H1B1.
Yeah, and they're working double, they're working
You know?
triple. This is the issue. The American worker wants to work like a normal human being. These men have to work and do free man's job. You know?
That's what I was to ask. Was it not like that in Rome though? Like with the aristocrats in Rome, were they not like?
The patricians, yeah.
they
It's
were
the same thing.
way.
And the normal everyday Roman citizens, after a while, they started losing out. That's why they ended up having bread and circus, because they brought in slaves. The slaves took the jobs from the normal everyday Roman citizen, and then they became impoverished while the patricians are being enriched. So they started having to give them welfare. To keep, it's just, you're right, it's the same thing happening all over again. The lower level Edomites are losing out, and they feel that they should be above everyone else. They're not getting the privilege and the entitlement that they should have just for having the right color of skin or the right citizenship. And I feel your pain. I feel your pain, yeah, but there's more pain to come. Because Trump ain't gonna
These are the beginning of sorrows.
Because Trump ain't gonna turn that back around. Trump ain't bringing back them good factory jobs. Trump can't make you a coder either, because no one was stopping you. Trump ain't gonna bring your IQ up. The DEI thing wasn't that big of a deal. The jobs were going out of the country.
Even with this whole AI, they call it AI washing. Because really it's a thing of the jobs being outsourced to India, Vietnam.
Because the elites don't care what slave. Listen, the elites don't care. They don't care.
slaves are slaves.
Oh, should I make sure that my white brother has a job? No.
In fact, I'm going to lose money if I give it to him.
I don't know this dude. I don't know this.
I'm my brother's keeper.
Man don't care about all that. Man don't not patriotic towards you. They want you to be patriotic. Oh, America, I'm a patriot. You fools all up on the internet talking about I'm an American patriot. I'm a British bro. Your own elites are not patriotic. They don't care about individual countries. They don't care about all that. Elon Musk don't care about that. Trump don't care about America. You think Trump's a patriot? Trump will live in Monaco, brother. They will happily all just go to Monaco and go wherever on the earth. The earth is theirs. These super elites don't really.
Geo-locked.
They're not geo-locked like you are. I'm a patriot. The forefathers, bro. You fucking morons.
Oh, during the vid when no one was able to move, you think the Rothschilds weren't moving around?
Bro, they go where they want. They the original guys that got houses everywhere.
Yeah.
It's you, the average person, that's locked into that mentality because it was useful for you to think like that. They don't care about you, man. And it's only gonna get worse for you. And as it gets worse, you're gonna try and take it out on Jake, because you see it as if Jake has anything at all, it's been taken from you and given to them. When we got less than you. It don't even make no sense. Like here in the UK, like Jake is down bad in the UK.
And such is our history that even if you have a good job, so-called, there's something called the immigrant tax, where it's like an Edomite that has that same job as you, they're just taking care of themselves. Whereas if you're a Jake, you're taking care, your mums need some help, your nans need some help, some family member or this, that and the other. And that is just the Jake experience, man.
Yeah, because we're suffering. Well, the same thing with the athletes.
Yeah.
The athletes, the South American athletes, that's why a lot of them go broke, because they got to take care of the whole favela. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you Edomites, man, your own elites don't really care about you, man. They don't. They've left you. They've been manipulating you. They told you to vote Brexit, and you voted Brexit because you hated immigrants. And then it turns out that the EU was funding your shit.
Yeah.
Bro, these guys are cooked, man. All the places that voted for Brexit are just cooked, bro. Like, no one, Trump and Elon, like Elon's gonna bring his money in and start developing Newcastle, like that. No, bro. You're through. You're done. Like they're just gonna send drones out there to just start shooting you, Edomites, man. And then you're gonna see skull cannons just flying in the sky. Go on.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1 says, "Remember now thy created the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. and those that look out the window will be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grind is low.
That's already starting to happen. What did we say about this situation in the straight home movie? We told you this shit ain't opening back up again. That's done. Listen, they are done. They're shutting it down. The whole system, there's no growth. They don't want growth. The growth will be targeted. They'll build where they want to build. New World Order smart city here. New World Order smart. But the idea of this global growth thing, where everywhere is just growing, no. Recession is where it's at. Less energy, do less, build less, make less food. Let these men die. That's what they're on now. And then look and lo and behold, there's an MOU, there's gonna be peace, we're gonna open up the strait. Bro, then
Yeah, start.
Israel's
Close
still-
again.
Israel's still on it, bro.
it's cooked and it's gonna stay cooked. And even all of the economists are like, bro, even if it opened up now, it's peak.
The damages.
The damage is done. Like, you've had oil refineries damaged, destroyed, shut down. This shit just can't turn on. And I know a little bit about how that kind of works. Because when I used to work in a dairy, when we used to have the pasteurizers and them, if you shut it down fully, you take 4 hours to get it back up to spin. That's just on a small level. So we used to have issues with some dickheads who like, for energy saving, shut it down. It's like, no, bro, keep it on standby because these fuckers be breaking down. If I don't keep it on standby, then if this breaks down, it's going to take me 4 hours to even get this one back up and spinning. That's 4 hours behind schedule on our energy saving. Dickhead. But anyway, that's how the same thing goes with this oil thing. A lot of the oil, a lot of these rigs, if you shut them down completely, you can't just flip a switch and then everything's just running full speed again.
You got to repressurize and do whatever.
So this situation, is already going to lead into the time of Jacob's trouble and the Daniel's 12th chapter. This place is going to spiral and descend into chaos and destruction and death and wanting, and people are going to be starving. And all the things that the scriptures prophesy that's going to happen. Like people starving, people dying, and even in the West that's going to happen.
Can I grab this real quick? So I asked the robot, said, if a refinery is closed, how long will it take to come back online? And it gives some estimates, right? But it says restarting a closed oil refinery takes anywhere from 8 hours to several months, depending on the shutdown type. A simple restart without major repairs takes 5 to 15 days to reach full capacity. However, if the facility was mothballed or damaged, the process can take months to years due to inspections and part replacements. So as the elder was going into, a lot of them were damaged. So it's going to take months to years due to inspections.
Yeah.
It's the same way.
And if they ain't damaged, they're going to make sure they're damaged.
Exactly.
Because, like I said, the game, get Revelations 12 and 12. We've been bringing the scripture out for years. These elites are not in the business of fixing the world and making everyone do the happy dance. They want crisis. They want people starving and dying. They don't even want you alive. And that includes you idiots on Twitter talking about Elon Musk is your savior. They don't want you alive, brother. They want you to die.
Take out the space and leave right there.
Like in what was that thing, man? Invincible, where people they were just like left in around not Krypton. What's it called? In Invincible.
Which one?
In Viltrum, yeah, when they just shot all the dead bodies out into space, yeah.
That'll be these, man. They don't really listen, bro. America and these lot have to have the greatest fall to happen out of everyone. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna bring you. This Agenda 2030, it's gonna bring you down, boy. There's all Trump. Listen, the man said, "I'm gonna put the tariffs on the Chinese goods. Chinese goods gonna go up. So maybe you don't have $7. Maybe you just have $1. What? The American dream is to have $7. The American dream is for me to be able to stick my child in a room full of millions of toys, bro. It's not for me to have my child like a third world child making toys. Couple, no, bro. The American dream is for me to have a lot of shit. You're telling me I should? I'm not gonna have that. Like, and these guys didn't wake up to it. Like, that's the game.
Can I grab this as well?
By the way, with them trade deals. Yeah, we signed 50 trade deals, and there ain't no trade deals. That's what we do know. There is none. No one even talks about it no more. Remember all of that? No, the purpose of those tariffs was to cause chaos in the world trade system, to start rerouting trade. To start rerouting trade around the world and making it more regional, where countries are like, oh, you know what, man, it's not reliable to rest our whole economy on America. So now we need to start doing other things. We need to start making deals with the countries closer, which is all part of the New World Order, regionalizing the world, moving away from the American hegemony. That's what the tariffs was doing. It was forcing the countries to really break away from America. But he told them idiots, oh, I'm trying to, no, where are the deals? The trade deals don't exist, my brother.
So I'm going to finish this information real quick. So it says, facilities that bore the brunt of heavy sustained bombardment or retaliatory strikes face a structural rebuild rather than simple operational restart. It says replacing custom, long lead industrial equipment such as heavy fractionating columns, massive gas processing terminals, right, and specialized compressors will take 3 to 5 years. So the examples within Iran, Israel strikes on the South Pars field completely destroyed refinery number 4 and 7, right, with repairs officially projected to take up to 5 years. And as part of that, it's if you're the ones bankrolling it, are you even willing? What if it restarts? What's the point?
Which we brought it out. I remember me and the elder Ariella, I'm sure we showed there was well, I don't know if it was one of them ones for the new initiative for the Middle East, but you had all these, you can remember how these oil men came about. The British went over there, British Petroleum, what's the other one from America? Rockefeller. They went over there and they found oil in the Middle East, yeah? And they built up that infrastructure. They hired a few Arabs as security, House of Sword and them, man, like, to, you know, you need stability while you're building this shit, right? But they were the main ones that came in and was dealing with the oil in the Middle East in terms of building the infrastructure and all that kind of stuff. These men left these men with it. They didn't build this. The Arabs, Sheikh, Al-Halal Sheikh, yeah, all them, yeah, Halal Snake or whatever man's name is in them, man, yeah. These guys didn't build up no oil industry. The oil industry was already there. Esau built that up himself. Then Esau left them as custodians of it, and they were making money. And then the deal was, we're gonna make all this money, but you're gonna take that money, you're gonna invest it into American treasuries, American stocks, and keep that boom going.
Only except dollars.
Right? That's why when you look at these men thinking they're better than anyone, bro, these men are DEI hires, if ever there was one. They were given like a money printing machine. Here, hold this. Imagine a man just give you a money printing machine. That's what they were given. And they come London and drive around in Ferraris, act like they're better than someone. They're not better than anyone. They're not even that smart or that intelligent. Most of their kids have bought their degrees. They didn't even go through the purpose of actually learning anything. But the point is that they've been moving away from oil for a long time. This whole New World Order thing, they've been signed up to it for a long time. So when you go to these seminars, they were already telling them, one of the things the guy mentioned was, data is the new oil. They already knew a long time ago that their whole economy was going to start moving away from oil. And they were going to start building what? Building out these smart cities, building out these data centers, building up the New World Order infrastructure. And the whole issue is having a part of that structure.
Because haven't you got I think it's in one of them Gulf states, you got one of the Stargates? It's like that massive data center funded by OpenAI, Google, whatever. Right, but they built one out there, and that's one of the targets. Iran was like, "You sure?" Was like, "You sure? We can hit it. We can hit it. We know where it is."
So,
but did it get hit?
Nah,
no,
exactly.
Same thing with the Gaza thing. You saw the new Gaza they're building is what? A smart city. Yeah. So these elites over there in Arab land, they already know what the deal is. They already know that, yeah, they're gonna shut down all this stuff, but it doesn't matter. Esau has promised them that because there's only a small amount of them. I'm not talking about the average Arab. I'm talking about the man them that's at the top of the game. They're all juiced in. So it's like, okay, this is what's gonna happen. This is the new system, and don't worry, you'll be heads of that region. so you get the benefits of being the heads of that region. That's how the game works. So they already knew for a long time that this oil thing, all this stuff that's happening now was going to go down. They just want a part in the new system that's going to come out of it. And that's what the elder Ariara always talks about, that the fight is really going to happen about who's going to control this new system. But they're down with the system. They're down with the MOTB. They're down with the smart cities and all that stuff. Go on the internet on YouTube, all you see is seminars, bare Arab man in their turban sitting there and man lecturing them about digital ID and smart city and how the oil, you gotta diversify away from oil. That's why the man started doing everything else they're doing.
What's it? Riyadh season.
Riyadh season and all that, man. They want to build up, what's that line, the line?
Oh, the line, yeah.
The line and all that stuff. What do you think the line is? The line is a new world order fucking hub.
Oh, that little tunnel city thing. you're
The
talking.
city thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a NWO New World Order MOTB system city.
Yeah.
So they already know what the game is. Go on. So that thing ain't opening back up again.
Yeah, I've got Revelation 12, yeah? It's a Revelation
Now
12.
where it's gonna go wrong is they think they're gonna be able to control the conflict and push it to a certain point and then just stop it. And then run with the MOTB and everything's gonna be fine. But the Lord's got other plans. They're not gonna be able to control, you know, like when you got you ever know the man that they try and do them control fires?
Yeah.
They control the fire. All of a sudden the fire's gonna go out of control and burn everything down. But that's what Esau's trying to do right now. He's trying to control the fire, a controlled demolition. He's trying to control chaos. But the Lord, the scripture says the Lord is going to put it on these man's mind. Certain men are going to have a different plan in their head. Man are going to get emotional and do something stupid. And this thing's going to get out of control.
Yeah, go on, Archie.
It's the book of Job 5 and 12. He said, He disappointeth the devices of the craft so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Yeah, the enterprise is the new world order. The MOTB system with everyone in the world chipped and pushed into these smart cities. That's going to be a global thing. So you have smart cities over there in China, in the Middle East, in different regions, and they're all linked in, and the resources are just being managed throughout the world, you know, through the different connections. CBDCs in regional areas controlling people, everyone's chipped up, right? And then if you think you're going to be outside of that system, the drone's going to find you. They show you that in Terminator. You know when man's out there and they're trying to survive. The only thing is Terminator's bad writing. You wouldn't survive. Terminator is bro. If you know they show you the Terminator films, yeah, and the man's out there hiding, like surviving from Terminator. No, you wouldn't, bro. The heat signatures, bro. You'd be cooked. If that was in real life, bro, they'll all be dead. And that's what they'll do. Another film they brought out the other day, the recent one with where the guy comes back in time to stop the guy from inventing the AI that's gonna enslave everyone or some shit. And even in that film, in the future, his mother's hiding away from the smart tech here. She's hiding out in the woods. And what finds them? Fucking drone, bro. It just kills her. You know what I'm saying, man? The drone just comes, hey, what's that? A human? Alright. Man, unidentified. Boom! Rifle shot. That's what they'll do. So you in the Congo, in Africa, they're just gonna wipe niggas out in Africa. They're gonna send drones out, just killing Africans. That's what they would do. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, because before it gets to all of that, it's gonna be madness and chariots and all that stuff. But I'm saying that's what the plan would be. You got the smart cities, all the chipped people, and then all these men that are still managing to try and survive outside of that. They just send out the drones, start hunting them.
Because I was gonna say, when you look at a lot of the spyware that they have now, like really they ain't no hiding like now. They know when you go to this place, they know when you go to that place, right? And one of the ones I was talking about I found very interesting is because we've all got these smartphones, right? They've got the gyrometer in the phone, so it's basically learnt your walk. And your walk is a biometric marker. It's not a perfect biometric marker. You might be limping that day, right? But then that means that if you did have a heat-seeking drone, it could be like 80% him.
Yeah.
80% likely.
Pete Hegseth.
Exactly.
Boom.
Yeah, and the thing is, if it's not, whoops.
Yeah.
There was no chip on them.
Yeah, exactly. You should have the chip.
Exactly.
Yeah. So a lot of these places, they're slated for destruction anyway. You know what I mean? Like, they don't give a fuck, man. Remember, when you're bringing the world back down to 500 million people, that means most of the cities and most of the places where people live right now are redundant. Just don't even need that. This is gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Understand.
What's it? You got a question?
So it was just the point he said about the drones and the heat seeking. Apparently 6G, I was looking on the other day. It's like the radio waves and the 6G. They don't even need cameras. They can literally see you in your house.
Your
what you're
Wi-Fi
doing.
does that already.
Yeah, but with the 6G, it's like it's more faster or more.
Probably.
Yeah, it's an upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, man. Go on now.
Revelations 12 and 12.
Yeah.
Was there more than that?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the enterprise. So these elites, man, they're not going to be able to fulfill that enterprise because the Lord, beginning with Yahweh Shai, is going to be the one to really come and put an end to it.
That's right.
Job 5 and 13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Yeah, the wise, right? Because these super elites, bro, to be honest, what they've done, you have to give them some kind of respect. This is a global scheme that's gonna cross multiple generations. So there's some dedication there. There's some wisdom there. This multiple technologies had to be invented and developed and brought in. And
Made
yo,
ubiquitous, adopted.
it's not easy. Plus all the other witchcraft they got to do. Because really, mainly the witchcraft globally. Like when I was in Romania the other day. But that place is Bandulu. It's a straight shithole. But you tapping on the bus. Bro, when man pulled it, I was telling this brother the other day, and I pulled into the main station, because you know them ones like on the way in, I'm observing the areas. I'm like, bro, we're about 10 minutes out from the center of the city. It's looking spooky. Yeah, the thing, bro, it's looking like there's some holes in some of the buildings, like in bullet holes and shit. I'm like, yo, what kind of fucking World War II relic is this? And this man's living there. Like, I'm saying this place was third worldish. You know what I'm saying? In certain of these areas, I'm going through.
Boy.
No disrespect to Romania, it is what it is, man. You know, it ain't.
Old Soviet.
Yeah, it's you know. So, man's coming in and man's pulled into the station now, the main station, and the platforms, bro. I never seen nothing like it, bro. The platforms were just they were barely off the ground, yeah, and they were all chipped up, like, and I was like, you know them ones where you're like, is this? No, bro, I'm being real. I'm saying, is this the last stop? Or is this a stop before the last stop? Because normally when I say normal, you see I'm spoiled, bro. I've been living in the first world for too long. When you pull into like King's Cross, because that station is basically King's Cross or Paddington. You know what I'm saying? You know when you pull in, it's like, okay, I'm in the city.
Yeah,
you know?
have a right.
You know when them Hills of Eyes motherfuckers put up from all over, like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah, UK ain't doing too bad. Bro, this place looked like I was on Mars.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was a relic of Mars. And I'm like, bro, this place is cooked. And then you come out of the station, you're like, they got KFC and all that. So, and then, but on the buses you tapping. It's contactless payment everywhere. So even though it's all mashed down, them man still got the contactless thing going.
Yeah, it's
Mastercard made sure it's been installed.
Yeah. the elites made sure certain things got built. They don't care if there are no roads. They don't care. Because I was saying, but it's the same in Zim, innit? In Zimbabwe, where but basically it was what it is. It's like they've got biometric passports and all of that sort of stuff. We've got mobile payments. However, the roads are shit. You've got like a few good roads out of the airport and that's it.
Yep. Right, and it's all craftiness, man. Like America, like I said, America is one big lie, and the people who like Jake don't really believe the lie. Jake have hope, cause Jake don't have nothing else to hold him. Jake kind of knows, man, this is America, some bullshit, but I have to hope that it's not. So there's a reason for Jake. I don't see what the reason for these Edomites is. They just been lied to. The American dream, you know, the American dream and all the pageantry, and really what it is, the robber barons were the ones who live in the American dream. they don't really care about you in America. They feed you slop, not only for your mind, but for your body. They do that to you. There's things that are banned in America, that are banned in Europe, yeah, that they is standard in America. Like the products, when you look at a ketchup, a Heinz ketchup in Europe, yeah, there's ingredients missing from in America, because even in Europe, and they're still the devil. They're like, yeah, man, man's got a conscience, man.
Level of wickedness.
Man are out there just like under a spell, just lied to.
Wild Wild West out there.
But look how important America's been to building up the New World Order. So it's like these men are wise, man, in terms of casting witchcraft on people and tricking people. Your whole political system is a witchcraft. That there's men out there that actually like they buy into it. You ever seen like in the UK people are political, but not like that. I've never seen nothing like it. When there's like when there's an election, we don't have no real fucking conferences like rallies. No fucking rallies.
Couple dead debates. That's about it.
Yeah, some dead debates, and then before the election, the actual party will have a conference that nobody watches, yeah, where they, the leader will get up there and give a speech to the party and blah 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 blah. In America, them man are filling out stadiums,
like a
bringing
Bowl.
out celebrities. Yeah. And you're watching it like, this can't be real. This is so superficial. But they're under that spell, and this is why they're so deep into Trump, or they're deep into Biden, or deep into whatever fake politician they believe is for them. And you can't tell them nothing because the cognitive dissonance is just set in. The left-right parity. You can't tell man a Trump support. You can't tell nothing bad about Trump. You can't tell Biden, Democrat, nothing bad about Biden.
We were talking about that before you elders came. This idea that Esau, weaponized man's desire to fit into groups. That's why he pushed a lot of identity politics.
Yeah.
And it gives people a whole lot of cognitive dissonance, where it is like, as you're going into in America, that whole thing is a religion, right?
It's a religion,
Because one of the things that I think about
cult. It's a cult.
yeah, if you're a Democrat but you're anti-abortion, you're not a real Democrat.
Yeah.
That's like, you're like, whoa, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with this person?
It's tribal,
Right?
isn't it?
It's tribal, and if you don't follow every single one of the tenets of the religion, you become an outcast.
But then you become superficial because you're against LGBT. So what's Scott Bessent doing as the head of the
Exactly.
executive?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's so fake and false. It's like they haven't passed a single law to outlaw homosexuality or anything of the sort. It's just weird. It's just but that's part of the witchcraft of Esau, the mind control. That's part of the wisdom that he's had. So he's done a great job. It's just gonna fail, isn't it? But he actually has done a brilliant job. So we give Esau a clap, man. You've been a good devil, okay?
Read this.
Yeah.
Oh, you got more?
As he
Played his role.
on the council of the council of the forward, and the council of the forward is carried headlong.
Was that it on that? Yeah. Counsel of the forward is carried headlong. Was that in Job 15?
Yeah, 2:5 and 13.
Yeah, read that again.
Let me read it again. Job 5 and 13. It taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Right, because they're instituting, as part of their plan for the New World Order, actual prophecies that go against them. Because everything they're doing is fulfilling prophecy. And it's going to lead to the return of our Lord. But they think they're being slick by doing it. They think they can control. They're like jailbreak. They think they're like jailbreaking reality. That there's a way that they can do all these things, and they come out at the end through witchcraft. That's what witchcraft is. The ability to manifest your own will. That's what witchcraft is. Using whatever means, blood magic, inscription magic. So Esau's throwing the kitchen sink at this shit. He's doing everything. All the magic he's doing it.
I'm feeling confident.
And he's feeling like, I could do the World War III thing and control it. I can do the MOT, bring out the Mark of the Beast thing and control it. But I won't have to worry about actually going down or anything because I'll go on forever. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll actually complete my plan. To hell what the Most High said.
win.
The Lord coming back. We don't worry about that. We got something for him. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna work enough witchcraft, probably block up the portals or something. You know, Gandalf is thou shalt not pass. You know, and stop the chariot or something
Got a
stupid.
quick one.
shit. You know.
Real quick. So Psalms 49:11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
They really think this. They really think they're gonna win, and that's why it says about they encourage themselves. You have to give Esau props, unlike these other average everyday Edomites. Like this is a multi-generational plan. Meaning, man have died. Man have like you talking about the 1776 year was a long time ago, and you've had Edomites and Edomite families that have just lived, died, and have just stuck to the plan.
Oh, yeah. Super diligent.
So they've been hella diligent, and hey, you gotta hand it to them. You know what I'm saying? They've been hella diligent about this thing.
Whatever you have to say.
This ain't no 10-year plan. This thing's been going on before. All the elites that are alive now, this plan was given to them. They inherited this plan. But it shows you the spirit of the Lord.
And how frustrating and annoying it must be for us just to pop up on the scene. Right at the end and say like, you ain't fucking doing shit.
You failed.
Hey guys.
We planned all this time, we pop up like, 70, 80 years or whatever on the scene. It's like, what, these men are gonna really, go against us and do this?
Yep.
And they would have got away with it for
Pesky
Israelites.
He's meddling. These men have been hella diligent about this thing.
They kind of, if I remember correctly, I think it was Torchwood, the spin-off of Doctor Who, where it goes into that kind of thing of that they would, in one episode it will be like one of the main characters hundreds of years ago, but then they know that it's all building up to this eventuality several years later.
Yeah.
Main characters are not.
Oh yeah, he was. And a woman was.
Yeah, so finish that off, yeah.
And the council of the fraud is Kerd Edom.
Right, because they want to have everyone chipped, which is not going to happen because the elect ain't going to be chipped. And they want to have their version of the new, the kingdom of heaven, where they're the rulers of the kingdom of heaven. They're ruling over all the people forever and have the people in subjugation. But that's not what's going to happen. The everlasting kingdom, the transition from America isn't going to be to the new world order for Esau. It's going to be to the new world order for Israel. That's the transition. America is not going to step out of the way and be replaced by some one world government. No, it's going to be replaced by the Israel world government. Yeah, it's going to be replaced by Yahweh Shai.
The Lord said the kingdom shan't be left to other people. It doesn't belong to the heathen, especially not Esau. Most High Yahweh Shai being sent to destroy this place, man, to end all these world powers or whatever, to establish his brethren.
And that's really the thing they got nothing for. They don't have nothing for that because there ain't no witchcraft you can use against the Son of the Most High. And you're gonna find that out. Like there's nothing you can do. You have to come up against power.
Yeah.
Not a power borrowed or a power bought or a power research, but power itself. That's how you like. There's no real answer for that. Like it's one thing when a man buys some power and you're gonna come up against it, but you can't come up against power. That's like a force of, those are the forces of nature, man. You're coming against the forces of the universe, man. Like there's kind of like there's no tricks.
He controls the both sides as well, innit?
Yeah.
The left hand side, so
He
the power that
controls
they're getting.
the power that Yahweh Shai is coming with. That's why Yahweh Shai is so important, because he is actually the end of Esau. That's why everything leads up to the Lord's coming.
But I remember watching recently, right? It's like how much more powerful is the sun like, as an energy source than anything we have here, kind of thing, right? And the most powerful weapon we've got is the nuclear weapons, right? And how much energy they push. We could take all nuclear weapons that we have. It wouldn't even compare in the slightest to the sun. But we're gonna be dealing with a being that created all sun, all suns, all this,
The source.
That's it.
The source.
Bro, you're not ready, man. You will never be ready.
You'll never be ready. And this is the beautiful thing. All the research, and this is the arrogance of man. You're gonna research and do all this, and you're gonna do it. It's very arrogant. It's smart but stupid. It is. It's smart.
It's ambitious.
Because you gotta be intelligent to do these things, but at the same time, at the core of it, it's stupid. Because it's like it's God, man. What are you gonna do? Listen, you could train up to fight Mayweather. That's something a man
can
was
train.
saying.
And you might get relatively close.
Yeah.
But this is different. This is
Like,
different.
it's not impossible. Like, you could train and get to a certain level, and you can say it's plausible. But how can you train to defeat God? No matter how intelligent your training is, man, come up with all the different methods and
More science than you.
There's kind of like nothing you could do to bridge the gap. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I say it's smart, because you're doing all this, doing that, and lasers.
On
and
paper,
all.
it makes sense. You could do it.
Smart,
But
stupid.
at the
Reality,
core
yeah,
of
right.
it, it's futility, bro. Which makes it stupid.
Yeah.
That's why you're a fool. It's not that you're a fool in a way that you can't use a microscope. It's just that why you're using a microscope is dumb. It's dumb. It's like,
Romans 9, innit? For that same purpose have I raised you up.
exactly. To make an example, because now Esau's been built up as and every good film has to build up the villain. Otherwise, there's no point. That's why Zack Snyder's a fool. Man had Darkseid get clapped off by Ares, and then get Ares clapped off by Wonder Woman in the next film. How does that make sense? So now when Darkseid turns up, I'm like, yo, this guy's soft.
Yeah.
We already seen him took a
L.
L.
Yeah.
You don't build up your main villain
Yeah.
and he just soft.
Yeah.
So that's why Marvel did it right with Thanos, man.
They did it
Build
right.
up, yeah.
So in a way, the Lord's built Esau up as the main villain, and he made him a formidable individual in the earth. So that when he comes, it's like, yo, man had a good 500 years to prepare for this, and it didn't matter. All right, cool.
That's it. And
Wasted.
I just bowed down like, what you think another 500 years gonna make a difference? 1,000 years, it wasn't gonna happen. You could have another 1,000,000 years. You're never gonna bridge the gap between you and the Most High. And you wouldn't even last that long because you destroy yourself by the time that happened anyway. Go on.
Yeah.
Liberation 19 and the 17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun.
Esau can't be there. He can't be there.
He really gets hit up by the sun here.
You know, I was watching some interesting things with satellites and you know, the space machines that they go send orbiting the sun and whatever, and how they got to use reflective materials, and it's got to be hot one side, cold the other side. Like, it's very complicated.
Yeah,
complicated.
Talking about this telescope that they sent the
whatever
other
it
day,
is, I was like,
the
that's
Webb,
bit
something
extra
Webb,
shit.
it's a something Webb telescope,
Yeah,
or
something like that. Yeah, and I was like, you got to do all of that just to even get close.
Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 17.
An angel just is.
Yeah.
It just is. It has an innate power level that can deal with that sort of stuff. It's like, it ain't a problem. You gotta break your brain to try and make something that goes even like
The celestial is
a little bit
is
close.
different thing, man. It's a different like I said, man. The more you understand science, and that's why science is, the more you learn about this world, the more you're supposed to humble yourself.
Yeah.
But a fool, an arrogant man learns, and the knowledge they receive, they use it as pride instead of understanding that like that knowledge that I'm learning about, someone made it that way. So I have to give glory to the one who made it that way. But he's setting the rules. Like when you figure out a rule, you know, the brothers know what I'm talking about. They call them the constants here, the rules of physics or something. If it's true or not. Okay, so you got a rule. You gotta say to yourself, respect the fact that someone made it that rule. You have to respect that, and then when you respect that, you humble yourself like, right, like that's a true power.
Because that's what I've never understood, how someone studies biology and draws the conclusion there is no God. Because it's like when you see how certain things, man, we start off as a sperm cell and an egg.
Yeah.
And then now look at us.
And the thing is as well is that most of the things are extremely simplified. So most of the time they're showing the processes to the layman, they simplify it. So then when you have to actually go and study it on like a degree level, then it gets more complicated. But then it gets so complicated sometimes that they'll even admit to you. We actually don't know how.
No sense.
We actually don't know how it does it. So we know this is what happens. But in terms of the actual mechanism and how it happens, we can't see it. We don't know. It's just happening. It's almost like magic. There comes to a level. I call it magic, but there comes to a level in microbiology or any form of like that when they're showing you depictions of what's happening, they've simplified the depiction so you can understand what's happened. But in terms of that's not an actual image of what happened. They don't know. That they don't know that they still haven't figured out on that deep level how this thing is happening because it's madness.
It's a miracle, man.
Like
how your nail grow.
yeah, it's true. They could show you a basic thing, but at the smallest level, it's like it gets to a point where it's like, yeah, this has just happened. We can't really get any further than that, or because it's going too deep now.
Let's say Mosai's got complicated mathematics going on in the background, on auto.
Bro,
You know what I mean? And he's sort of trying to figure it out, and his brain's breaking.
It's mad. Like you can't.
Yeah.
The Lord's glory is there's no estimation to it, man. You know, just based upon just the like we're small, man. Like you get in bro, you get in an airplane, yeah, you're just like, yo.
The very fact it gets in the air.
And you look down and it's the ants on the floor, and you're like, bro, like we're just small, man. Like a mountain just roll over on you. There's nothing you could do. Like, what technology you got for that, man? The mountain just roll over. Like we're just so small and vulnerable, yeah. It's like, bro, we need to humble.
Well, I was gonna say because we had those bunch of earthquakes happen just recently. I was doing a little research about about it, and the man don't know how those things work. They got all these laboratories recording things, but that's what they can do, record it. They can't predict. They can't do nothing.
That's why they still have to research, and this is the common misconception. We know things, and we might be able to know things to a certain level, but if we knew everything, there wouldn't be no need to research. The very fact that people are still researching and searching things out, showing you that man don't know everything. And there's a lot of things in this world that's still spooky. They can't explain it. Like there's a basic understanding, but then to go further than that, it's like I'm not too sure.
But they refuse. They refuse to acknowledge the Most High.
And when he's giving certain things out, it's like he only knows so little of it, so there are a ton of side effects. Well, I think about a lot of the like for instance, which we can say unknown side effects but Esau's the devil, so he may know it anyway, and it's like, look, this is the plan.
Charge it.
Yeah, because I was thinking about like for instance, like birth control. Esau makes it seem like he understands hormones and this, that, and the other. But you see a lot of these women on birth control, they're fucked. They're actually fucked up, right? Esau's the person that did that. But if I can get this, so Isaiah 55 and 8, it says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts."
You can't be born on earth, right? Just barely sentient. Like you're not even sentient for the first 7-8 years of your life. And then learn a few things and then start thinking that you're on the level.
Man become a professor by the time he's like 20 something because he went to university, he got his degree. Well, you're still a young man though. You know what I mean? And then you get older, but you don't even
older than the most high.
But you don't even live until like 80 or 100, or you don't even live that long.
And you start forgetting things.
You should know. You know?
Yeah, you gotta humble yourself. But Esau's whole thing is about pride, innit, and arrogance.
Well, it's mean they refuse to acknowledge the Most High, right, in anything, because the way they interpret it is like, yeah, but there's stuff that older man didn't know as smart as they were, and we found out stuff they didn't even know. So they think there's no limit to what a man can understand, right?
Which they know that's a lie. Because there's man I remember there's a quote, I forgot who said it, says a lot of these new inventions are just being rediscovered again. They know that what you think they don't know that they had the technology to build the pyramids and to do a lot of different things. There was technology in the ancient world. It just wasn't as widespread like how man's got. Like for instance, you go to Romania ain't got certain things that man have got in London. There's certain places you go in the world, right? It is a time machine.
Yeah, it is.
Because also you got the hand-me-down thing. They get the hand-me-downs, yeah? So in the ancient world, you had places where man were ooga-boogering, but you had certain man that had tech. You know what I mean? In certain places, and then it might get lost or destroyed, right? And you ain't gonna know. If you find it, it's just gonna, what the hell is this? They've done that. They found things. When they found them batteries, they thought they were funeral vases, and then they just stuck them in a thing somewhere. And then they found out when man looked at it, hold on, this is a cathode and an anode. This is a fucking battery. So what the hell were they using a battery for then?
Yeah.
Because they had tech back then. They had tech before the flood. Because Salaki, 1 second, they were doing metallurgy, and this is why I did a video the other day about prehistory. And you got these ages, and Esau makes this stuff up here, and people, it's all about building the lie around evolution, and the idea that man is evolving not only physically but intellectually. So that's why you get the whole idea of the Stone Age. So man would just booga. So the general terminology is, if you ask the average human being, they think if you go back like 4,000 years ago, or 6,000 years ago, everybody was just IQ of like 2 and just boogering around the ooga, you know, with a club. Even though there's man boogering around today, someone from Newcastle with a skull can, but boy, yeah. The reality is, if we go into the scriptures, it speaks about Cain and them man doing metallurgy,
Artificial instruments.
the artificer and of brass. Now that cooks the whole idea of a Stone Age. It cooks it completely.
Dealing with metals.
Just think about what I'm saying to you.
That's true, you know. Oh, shit.
Think about what I'm saying to you. Metallurgy, according to them, this is because that's technology, that's science. It's not a simple thing to smelt these metals. They shouldn't be doing. Can we get that real quick? Artificer and brass. That shouldn't be. And man's that just goes over people's heads. This is why Esau is a liar. But so you can't believe the Bible and believe Esau's false science. You have to choose one because you're telling me there's a stone. What is it? A Stone Age, and then there was a
Bronze Age.
was it Iron Age? Stone Age?
No, Bronze Age first before Iron, isn't it?
You sure?
Yeah, because
I'm not-
iron is the most superior tool, isn't it? Yeah. So stone, bronze, iron.
Someone look it up, man, because I ain't got it. Man. I might say the wrong thing. We got the nerds on the comment board, man. Your vocab alone will jump up. Actually, the eschatology of the Christology. You know, fucking hell, man. You know what I mean?
Okay. But what I was gonna say whilst bros are looking it up, that's alright. That's one of the reasons I speak to man when I say this, but it's like when the elders talk about these different, technologies that they have. One of the things that I think about is how people look at somewhere like Japan and they're like, oh, they've got so many cool things, but Japan has had a very long dynasty. It's the longest in the world, so there would have been certain technologies that they knew and that they had. That
Ages of man.
that was passed along one to another. But if you've got a kingdom or an age that ends, all of your knowledge and your understanding ends with it, unless if the invaders come and they basically kill all of your undo all of your stuff, right? That's one. Then everything that you had worked for, everything that you knew, kind of just gets buried along with you, right? But if you've got certain people that are about and that are around, right, to help keep your understanding going, guess what? It goes with you.
Because I believe in the book of Daniel, the king Nebuchadnezzar.
Never existed.
When he used the Israelites, he passed on the wisdom. He was using them for their services and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's always been in history. There's always been centers of knowledge and learning, and then you go over there, and then man are just
they ain't got it.
because you can still have that today. Even in the UK, you got that. You got man somewhere in the UK that's you might as well be living in like you know what I'm saying. It's on Earth today. You have centers. It's maybe less so because people travel a lot more. But imagine if you reduce the travel, you could have a place where they all got mobile phones and a place where they don't even. No, they ain't got that.
Never seen them.
You could have a place where they all got TVs in the house, another place where they got one radio. You know what I'm saying? And this is what Esau doesn't like to show people. So you could have a place in Egypt where they got certain tech, or in Israel that we got certain, but the tech is only between certain men. It's not everyone got the tech. And they find these things like in history to be able to do certain things. Like some of the megalithic buildings they had tech. You can't do that. You can't build the pyramids without tech. Carving out marble
Straight lines
and all this, making it plumb. What you think the man did it with Ooga Boogering? Like?
Well, you look at these new builds today, they ain't plumb. Bro, you go in your house nowadays, bro, you're like, wait there, that part of the ceiling's longer than that part of the ceiling.
This is the Stone Age's prehistory. Okay, go on, let's get that. So this is what I'm talking about, the prehistory. There is no such thing as prehistory. Prehistory was invented by Esau Edom to just prolong the age of man to include dinosaurs, false dinosaurs and evolution. There's recorded history, which is what the Bible is, recorded history. And the Bible records all history. It records the 7,000 years of creation and then every other area of man up to today. So there was no era really where man was ooga boogering like that. Right. And we know this because Adam, well, let's read it.
So archaeological and historical ages. Historians and archaeologists break down the story of human civilization in distinct ages based on primary materials used for tools and technological advancements. First one, Stone Age, spans roughly 3.3 million years to
33.
yeah, to about 5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
It's a big, you know what I mean? That's a big
Yeah,
variation.
that never existed. There was no Stone Age.
It is broken down into Paleolithic, Old Stone Age, Mesolithic, Middle Stone Age, and Neolithic, New Stone Age.
None of that existed. All they've found is places where people had stone tools, but people still use stone tools today. So this is they've literally just made that up, and that like I did a video that goes back into Charles Lyell, Principles of Geology. Oh, it's the elder. Yeah.
Right, so after the Stone Age, it says the Bronze Age, right, lasted about 3000 BCE to 1200 BCE. Humans began smelting copper and tin to create bronze. And like we say, like, obviously things were going on before that. If you're talking about a specific region, right, yeah, maybe they were only melting copper and tin. Right, but like we said in the scriptures, they were dealing with alloys. Even with Noah's Ark, there were alloys found on that boat. You know, and the artificers, and they obviously they weren't just dealing with tin and copper. All right. So yeah, in isolated areas, yeah, sure, you know, maybe copper and tin, right, to create bronze, leading to better weapons. That's why that's the first thing they put on the list: weapons. That's what they decided to make with these things, weapons, right? Early transport, the will, and structured governance. Next is the Iron Age, began around 12,000 BCE. Iron replaced bronze due to its accessibility and durability, revolutionary warfare and agriculture. All right, it says following ancient history, these ages transitioned into major periods such as the Classical Era, the Middle Ages, and the early modern era and the modern era.
Right. So the Bronze Age. Cain. Now Cain is right there at the beginning of, you know, pretty much right there.
Yeah.
So there wasn't no millions of years of man's were ooga boogering. This is BS. And you remember that them man back then were living for hundreds of years. So imagine if you got a genius back then, what they could do. Imagine the level that Adam could be on, like after 800 years of being on Earth, man. Most of these geniuses, what happens is they get old. The man that are like what they call it, innovators.
Yeah.
They get old and die, and they can't even.
These are faculties.
And then someone has to pick up their work. What if man could have been living like Tesla was living for like another 500 years? It'd be madness. So Esau tries to get away from these facts, but the facts are they had technology before the flood. It just all got washed away, and it didn't help them. And guess what? Just like now, when the judgment came before the flood, they had technology. They weren't ooga boogering around the place. Of course they had tech. Them man was there, living.
Man had to make a big ass boat.
No one made a big
You know
boat.
what I mean? Like,
Right? They had tech, but the way they'll view it is like very rudimentary. But the man could have had AC on there for all you know. What do you know? Man probably had AC on the boat. You hear me? Like, but the point is that they had tech back then. The tech just didn't save them. The flood come. That's why you have there's a myth of Atlantis, and the whole mythology of Atlantis was there was a group of people that had tech, and they were washed away by what? A flood. Atlantis just represents the world before the flood. The man had tech, right? But the tech, the arrogance, all the wickedness they were doing, it didn't help them. They got washed away. Now the same thing today. Them man got all the technology, but when them missiles drop, and the judgment of fire comes, it's not going to help. Because there's no tech that can overturn the judgment of the Lord. Even though this Harari guy is trying to say, oh, we got the technology to avoid this and avoid that. That's what I guarantee you, the man were back there before the flood talking the same way. Yeah, we got all this tech now. Then a flood come, they didn't think about that one.
and then even at the Tower of
Cut
Babel,
into the rain, bro. Even
the Tower of Babel, the same thing. They thought they could surpass such a, they can defy the Most High and these types of things.
No. You can't. But they had tech back then, and even after the flood, they had tech. That's why they're able to build all over the world these buildings that Esau to this day don't know how they did it. But they weren't. If they were ooga boogering and on this low level, then how come you don't know how to do it now? They got 4D images. They find 4-dimensional images in South America. You got images that change with the moon. You got certain things that only appear with certain moons. Bro, this man went ooga boogering and just. That's what they want you to think.
And acoustics.
Yeah, the
sounds
acoustic
around the
sounds
rooms
and all this
like
stuff, bro. These man had tech. Yeah, I mean, like, don't
But that's
think-
why Esau likes to push the narrative. Oh, you man live in mud huts because that's all we're capable of doing.
Like
But-
he's
but bro,
the only one that's ever got to a certain level of intelligence.
But he lived in caves.
You gotta make it.
You gotta
make
figure
sense.
it. You know what I mean?
Which, by the way, mud huts is actually useful in a
Keep it cool. Keep it cool.
Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, so that was it on it. You had
Genesis
read
4,
the
yeah?
thing, Genesis, yeah.
Genesis 4 and 22. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron, and the sister of Tubal.
Now, when was the Iron Age?
12,000 BC onwards.
Okay, so it's already cooked. This already cooked. No, bro, I'm not making it up. The whole thing we just read. You had the Bronze Age,
The Stone Age.
right? The Stone Age, which has never existed. There was never a time in history where mankind was just ooga boogering like that for millions of years. When I just no, yeah, man used obsidian and stone. Of course, it's a readily available resource. But man will also use iron and also man's use stone today. If it's there to be used and you can utilize it and it's effective, why wouldn't man use it?
Wood.
Use bricks, no?
Yeah, like what's the problem? Like, man have a marble, like what? No. If it works, it works. If you make a hammer out of a rock,
But you know what is interesting? What is saying, right? Because every time it mentions these different ages, right, it's always been propagated by weapons and warfare.
yeah.
So it's not not being classified until someone's using it for war.
Say,
But if you want to use it for weapon, instruments, I ain't worried about that.
bro, they were
You know,
Cain and them man were using iron swords. Tubal Cain. Let's read it again because man would say we were GMS, we were lying. Look, bro, it's in the scriptures, man. So that shows you all this Iron Age, Bronze Age, Stone Age is garbage. They just made it up. So they just like the geological column, they just made it up, man. It's BS. Don't listen to Esau. Esau is just trying to find a way to push his evolution in there, to get you to believe in his bullshit timeline.
I'll read again, Genesis 4 and 22. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron.
There you go. Man was slick with it. And that time period biblically was around 4,000, something like BC, something like that. Yeah? So, but man had iron already.
And remember, things could be regional, like certain minerals and whatever
course.
exist in certain areas. Because it's funny, it mentions about the Iron Age, I read it earlier. It says the Iron Age began around 12,000 BC. Iron replaced bronze due to its accessibility, which means it must be quite abundant for them just to get it like that to make weapons out of it. So it must be in that location they might have had the iron there, you know? Whereas some other places may not have iron so
Tubal
much.
Cain and that, they were in the that was before the flood, right? Yeah, and that's when they were in the Pangea. Because they had a whole civilization back. They see, when they man think of back then, they're thinking it was a couple man that was around, ooga boogering. Bro, they built up a whole civilization of people. By the time the flood came, they weren't one or two man. It was a whole civilization of people with cities and technology. And the man got blasted. Just like today, you got a whole civilization of people with technology and they're gonna get blasted again for being proud. It's no different. They weren't all dumb. Ooga booga. That's Esau, Fred Flintstone. That never existed, man. The principal thing of man's life is iron. You mentioned it right there. The Lord is the one that gives man knowledge, wisdom, inspires people with knowledge, wisdom, understanding. In one generation, the Lord could give man all the knowledge, or not. But them generations were long. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Them man back then were living for ages, bro. So it's different. You will die by the time you learn anything now. Man, will live. Some of the ages in that time period are crazy. Man's like 600-700 years old, bro. That's your professor. man had we're doing it quick, bro.
Credentials.
So, Wisdom of Solomon 7:17. For he has given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements.
He's still trying to figure that out. How is the universe made?
Yeah, Solomon knew about science, man. And that's why I hate this ideology that the Bible and science are opposed to each other. It's not. The Bible and Esau's pseudoscience, Stone Age, that is opposed. But true science, the Bible is science. What are you talking about? The Bible
Science
is
just
truth.
means knowledge.
It's knowledge. The Bible is not against knowledge. And in the kingdom, we're not going to be ooga boogering either. We're going to have technology. We're going to have roads. You know, I know some brothers in my, bro, you need roads, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro? Roads is a necessity. It's just, there's a way to apply wisdom in how you put roads. But if you don't have roads, shit just gets fucked up.
You don't have commerce.
You don't have commerce, you need roads. Like, we're gonna chop trees down, but we're not gonna chop trees down like how Esau chops trees down. Because you need how to chop a tree down to get wood.
Exactly. Yeah.
Certain things, and you need technology too, because I ain't chopping the tree down with my bare hands, am I? So it's, in the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna have the word, when you look at the word technology, tech,
Eat in my hand.
bro, it's like, we're gonna have technology. There's nothing wrong with technology. It's, like we always say, it's an operating system. It's the person that's behind it and how you're applying things. You can apply science in a way which is at harmony with life. Or you could do foolishness. Like what Esau has done.
It's like the land Sabbath. Yeah, you work the land for 7 years. The 7th year you didn't rest. Right? There's a way to do things that's good for the planet.
Yeah, tools is technology. So we ain't gonna have no tools. Just bare hand and everything. You wanna peel the damn orange with your teeth and shit. Which you could do that if you want. Or you could just have a knife. A knife is technology. To make a knife requires technology. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have the word technology, tech meaning skill, you don't know. Tech talk, yes. And ology means the study of. Technology is the study of skill. It's about applying knowledge skillfully in order to achieve a goal. And there's nothing wrong with technology. And there's nothing wrong with proper science. When it's applied with the spirit of the Lord behind it, in righteousness. Now it's gonna be technology that's gonna be in harmony with the earth and ethical technology. Yeah? Ethical technology. Esau doesn't apply righteousness. So his technology is always weirdo and corrupt and all kind of foolishness. But yeah, we're gonna have, you go to a city in the kingdom, you think there's gonna be dirt everywhere. You're gonna have paved roads. You even said we're gonna have paved with gold.
Yeah.
I mean, some brothers have this idea that Esau started paving cities. Like, no, it's like, you kind of have to have a paved city. Anywhere where people walk too much, it just ends up being fucked, like if you just have mud.
And it says that gates will be open continually. So,
but do you need to concrete everything without applying what? Wisdom and concern. And that's what a lot of times Esau negates wisdom just to get shit done. Do you know what I mean? And then it causes a problem that he didn't foresee. But when you got the wisdom of the Lord on your side, you foresee these issues, man. And you do things with proper knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. What, if you ain't gonna have toilets? You can have a toilet. There's nothing wrong with a toilet. There's nothing wrong with a sewage system. You need a sewage system. Everybody can't dig a hole and shit in it, bro. If you're all living in one place, it just gets mad. It might work if you got like a small family in a little area, but the more people you end up having in an area, everybody can't dig a hole and shit in it. You might have to come up with a different solution, and there's nothing wrong with that, as long as the solution you're applying the wisdom, knowledge of the Heavenly Father in the right way and adhering to the laws. So in the kingdom, we're gonna have technology, man. You know what I'm saying? Just not the way Esau's doing everything. You get radiated and and die, or the technology's making you dumb. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Or it's making you obsolete. Some technologies are not necessary. Some technologies are not necessary, man. You know, but that's because the reason Esau invented that technology was to replace you, rather than help you. He's really replacing you. And isn't that what the problem we're having now? We're having a problem where people are being replaced rather than being augmented. So he's invented it to get rid of the worker, but not to help the worker to free him up to do something. He's like, get rid of the worker and eliminate him. Starve to death, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, Esau's trying to get rid of the use of women, man. Bro, it's like, bro, what's wrong with you, bro? It's like the Lord made the perfect version. It's not what we doing, bro.
Yeah, but you see these incels. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's the point of all that? What is the point of all that, man? That's foolishness, like. But that's because, like I said, the spirit of Esau is coming from the wrong place. So whatever he puts his hand on is gonna go astray, because he's always coming from a position of pride and predatory nature and oppression. So everything he does is how it's gonna come out.
Precepts.
Yeah, no.
This is Psalms 104 and verse 24. And it says, O Lord Yahweh, how manifold are thy works. In wisdom hast thou made them all. The earth is full of thy riches.
That's right, man. Man, the earth, man. Bro, like, oh, it's too much. There's too much of so many different things. So many things have so many uses, man. That man ain't even found all the uses and the different perfumes. Even if you're into perfume, the different scents that you can make and all these different things, bro. There's so much in this earth, man. There's so much to explore, so much to learn, so many mysteries. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. And that's just here on earth. The wondrous natures of the creation of the Lord, and Esau just running around here like he know everything and just giving himself all the praise and the glory, and he's making the earth look shit. Like, man, they're not even happy here no more because of this, man. The Lord literally provided a place that provides everything we need plus more. Not just the essential things, but even the luxury things. It's provided for us. Because the Lord could have just made it where all you get, yeah, is like the salt. You know what I mean? Just eat dirt. He could have made it where to survive, you literally just eat dirt, yeah, and drink water. That's it. Man ain't even got a tongue to taste. He just like a roll, you know, and the shit just mixes around and it just takes out the iron, the phosphorus and all that, and you just grow. No, the Lord's like, no. You're gonna eat, yeah, but I'm gonna create different flavors, different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, tomatoes, greens, tomatoes. You name it. Bro, it's crazy. Food in itself is a whole. You could be a chef, yeah, and just it will take you your whole lifetime to grow through the earth, yeah, and you'll always these top chefs like Gordon Ramsay and these guys. The reason they're on the level they are is because they stayed in their little one place. These men are going all over the world because there's things you can learn from different chefs everywhere about this different ingredient and that, and you can never learn it all. You can never learn it all. That's why the man have to be humble to be top chefs, because there's always something new to learn. Because there's all kind of different, you know what I mean, man? It's crazy, and that's just food.
Different ways to cook it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not only that.
Different orders of things. Like for instance, I know like in some cuisines, I think like Elam do this, where like they fry the seasoning first.
Yeah.
As an
You have
example,
to fry the curry, yeah.
Yeah, and then they'll put whatever it is on top. Whereas like I grew up the other way, where it's like let's say you might put the meat, you obviously season the meat, but it's like the seasoning went on the meat as opposed to the seasoning was fried and stuff like that. But it's like all of those little things, and you're getting, you know, a different flavor profile from it and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. Listen, there's so much, man. As long as you do it lawfully, there's so much variety and so much to everything, man.
Yeah.
Even liquor. That's why you go to a bro. Liquor ain't just liquor.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go on holiday, they got their local thing.
Yeah.
You go France, Italy. They got the lemon silly, whatever you call it, lemon celli or whatever. Limoncello. See. Yeah, that's their local thing. They don't make that in the UK. Here they got the cider, and different things, and bro, even the whiskey, bro. Let's get into whiskey. We need to go do a little whiskey taste. Bro, there's all kind of different whiskeys. You can't even say you don't like whiskey, because you might say you don't like whiskey because you've had one particular whiskey, but then there's another whiskey that's like, oh shit, that's what I tell people all the time. Wine, you can't say you don't like wine until you've tried all the different types of red wines, because if you tell me Chardonnay, Chardonnay, yeah, to me, that's Satan. So I would say, nah. If you gave me Chardonnay and said that's wine, I'll say I'm never drinking wine again in my life. But there's so many different wines, man.
Because like that's not wine. That's not wine.
Fish, you can't. When people tell me they don't like fish, I'm like, bro, come on, man. Don't tell me that. Just tell me the type of fish you don't like. Don't tell me you don't like fish, because not all fish is the same.
Racist.
Racist. Because a sea bass ain't the same as a snapper.
Was it red mullet? Oof. Was it red mullet? The red, red.
You know, if you eat a tuna ain't the same as a what's that greasy one, man?
Sardine.
Nah. Shit, what am I
Skip back.
It's proper oily fish, man. You got a strong fucking flavour. Yeah, it's forgetting. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You got fish that are really strong, oily, fishy flavour. Then you might have a light, buttery flavour. Then you have cod, which is even lighter and whiter and fluffier.
Place, adult.
You know what I'm saying? There's all different type of fish, different ways to cook it. You know, boil it, fry it, greens, tomatoes. Bro, the Lord created the earth with so much goodness in there, and all we have to do is keep the laws, and He provides us with the knowledge. He could have withheld the knowledge from us, but He inspires man with the knowledge of so many different things. Just keep the laws, and we'll get it. We'll unlock everything.
Can I read something quick? Sorry.
And then Esau start genetically modifying shit and chemicalizing everything.
Oh man, when you look at like farmed is it tuna? Yeah, farmed tuna.
Mackerel.
Yeah,
Mackerel's strong, man.
yeah, the farmed tuna, man, they be going through hell, man. When you look at them, like the Scottish farmed tuna, is like with lesions on them and shit like that, man. So it's peak.
This is from Genesis chapter 1, verse 29. God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, so it shall be to you for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat." And it was so.
Yeah,
Most I gave us everything.
The base
You
of
know?
all the food chains goes back to what? Greenery. Even wheat is really grass. So we eat grass. You know, and you could do so many things with the wheat. You could do so many things with the corn. You know? It's amazing, man. And you know, but through sin and wickedness, we've turned the perfect place, a place that is created for us to have it, to be a habit, just like a womb. That's where you get the word habitat. Woman is a habitat. A womb is the perfect place for a baby to develop. It's perfect. It's got everything they need. The right warmth, the right everything. That's because guess what? The womb was created for the baby to be in. Guess what? The earth is the perfect place for us to live. You know, it's the perfect place. It's got everything we need, but it was turned to evil. It works against us, not because it's bad, but because of wickedness, because of sin. And that's why the kingdom is going to unlock the earth, man, in a different type of way. Whew. A different type of way, man. And we can start enjoying the barbecues again, man. Make barbecues great again. You know what I mean, man? Make the jerk great again. All that niceness, man. We can start enjoying and eat the nice things, the greens, the vegetables. You know what I mean?
Fruits.
The fruits, all kind of different fruits, man. There's so many different type of fruits in the world. You be here for years trying to name them. There's one black brother, he does his videos and he breaks down different fruits and all that, man. It's like, what the hell is this? And then you got fruits that taste like half this and half that. Crazy fruit.
Hey, we're going back to peak earth.
Vanilla comes from the orchid. You know, and it actually originates in Mexico. The vanilla pod, that comes from an orchid. That's a flower that originated in Mexico. Because it's only like nowadays where certain spices ended up in certain places that they weren't before because of the modern day, you know, trade and all that stuff. Bro, there's so many, like chili is also originally from South America. It's not from India. They brought it over to India and then India became known for it. But it actually come from over. There's a Netflix thing called The History of Spices and all that, and it goes into like where the spice was originally and where it is now, and you be like, rah, like that place is known for it, but it didn't even come from there. It come from there.
Yeah, I just googled it. It says it comes from the Americans.
Yeah,
You're right.
Chile. Yeah, it comes from but you think like it's just like horses. You think when the Native American Indians, you think about horses, but the horses came with the Spanish. You know what I mean? They weren't rolling with horses before that. Yeah. So that's why history.
This is what Google's back up your point. It says global spread before Christopher Columbus arrived in the Caribbean in 1492. Chili peppers were entirely unknown in Africa, Asia, and Europe. Spanish and Portuguese explorers transported the peppers across their global trade networks during the 16th century, leading to their rapid rapid adoption in places like India, Thailand, and China. And then it says the etymology of the word is an Aztec language.
There you go.
So,
Now, most
yeah.
people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
So they think that this has been, they might have been connoisseurs of the chili forever. Nah, man, it's a recent thing. There's a lot of things. Like I said, vanilla itself. Vanilla is also from a particular orchid which they found in Mexico. You know what I mean? And then so then it came over when they brought it over from the New World. But maybe it was over here before with Solomon. We don't know. Yeah, we don't know. Yeah. But that's why the earth has so many different things, so many different places, man. Yeah, I'm saying, man, there's probably more things to find, man. Like a bubblegum flavored now, Joe.
But it was what
Bubblegum flavor. What the fuck is this, man?
is that custard apple? Bubble put me on. It's legit.
Yeah. No, my mum makes a nice drink with the salsa.
Oh, okay.
What they call guanabana. You add you sieve it down and you add milk and fucking vanilla essence and stuff, man. I was drinking it the other day, man. Hey yo, like this mother's milk, man. I swear. I swear down, man. It's ambrosia, man. I swear. It's the food of the gods, man. I'm telling you. I think it might be almond essence you use in this, bro. It seems nice, bro. What the UK man don't know about that.
Typical book is Ecclesiastes 42 episode 15. I will now remember the works of the Lord and declare the things that I have seen in the words of the Lord are his works. The sun that giveth light looketh upon all things.
Yeah, the sun. And that's why man started worshipping the sun as a chief god. Because ultimately the sun plays a chief role in life.
Yeah.
Like the weather is determined by the sun. Like just
Seasons,
everything. The sun is very powerful in terms of life. So man took that and started worshipping the sun. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how you worshiping the creature more than the creator. But the sun is pivotal to life on earth. Without it, it's like you cooked.
When you start looking at when your crop yield determines, like, when your crop yield determines how much how much life you're gonna have, right? Then you start okay. There's not a good sun. If it's just raining all the damn time, then we can't plant. We can't do this. You know, if the winter's too long, we might miss planting season.
And there actually does need to be a time when the sun chills. Because because the plants, they are flip, man. Now I'm testing my damn fucking knowledge. They what's the word?
Dry out, roast.
No, man. I should know this stuff better. It's my major. Oh, they respire at night when the sun's down. That's the time when they get a chance to make food. And then during the day, that's when they do the photosynthesis. Thank you.
It's like gym, innit? They go to the gym to work out. It's nighttime you build, innit?
Yeah. So the photosynthesis makes the food in the day, because that's what photosynthesis does, creates the energy, right? And then at night, now they convert it, then you do the respiration thing, innit? So they release a lot of the oxygen at night. Do you know what I'm saying? So you kind of, the rhythm of plants need downtime from the sun. That's why if you got plants in your house, you have to have a time when you turn the lights off or switch the shade of the light. Otherwise you can harm the plant, because the plants wouldn't do well in constant sun. They need that downtime. Well, that's why you have night and day. It was designed that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, man, just the sun itself. And we don't know everything about the sun. Esau would tell you it's a nuclear reactor. That's because of the mass of the earth. It all goes back into one line leads to another. So in order to have the gravity and the heliocentricity and everything going around the sun has to be this mass. And then to fit all that in, they had to be that the sun is a nuclear reactor with fusion happening in the middle, which has been disproved. Because the hottest part of the sun is actually not the surface of the sun. So when you have a sunspot is an area of low activity around the sun where you can actually see the surface of the sun, and it's cooler than the atmosphere. The atmosphere of the sun is hotter, which shows you that it's actually an electromagnetic phenomenon that's generating heat from around the sun. It's electrical, but they don't want people to know that. They want you to think it's like nuclear, because if it's nuclear, that's when they could push the ideology that one day the sun is gonna
Explode.
it's gonna run out of energy. Because if it's nuclear, that means it has fuel.
Fine now. Yeah.
But we know that there's never going to be a fucking yeah. You know, Esau teaches that one day the sun's going to run out of fuel and it's going to turn into a red giant and all this bullshit.
Supernova and shit.
That's not true. The Earth is running off electricity. It's flowing through the universe. It comes through the sun, creates electromagnetic phenomenon, and that's when you get the light and the heat. And therefore it's forever. It doesn't run out of fuel. Now, where does this electricity, where's the source of that? Well, you could probably guess where that comes from. But it's not a fuel source where it's burning out. That's a lie. But again, they have to push that lie to keep evolution and all that stuff, keep it going. It's called electric universe. It's all electromagnetic phenomenon. But yeah, go on.
Where's it? Oh, you finished? No, go on.
See, the sun that giveth light looketh upon all things, and the work thereof is full of the glory of the Lord.
Let's say this another thing. So then when the Lord created everything, that's why we don't get these Pan-Africanists. They try and make it look like if you got melanin, it turns you into a god or something. Having melanin is just normal. Now, we're not saying there's no benefits to having melanin, but having melanin doesn't make you special. If you look at the trees, they have melanin. The animals have melanin. Polar bears have melanin. Underneath the white fur, they got melanin. Any animal that lives above the surface of the earth has melanin. Any animal that's swimming near the surface of the sea has melanin. Even though the water will kind of filter out some of the UV. That's why you see whales and all these things like the orca, they're colored. They're not looking. Now if you go deep down into like the bottom of the ocean where no light gets there, a lot of those animals down there, some of them might be like have no melanin. Or if you go into these you know, you got these underwater rivers on the cave, these river caves like things. When you go down there, all the animals down there that in the cave, they'll all be like white. There'll be no melanin because they don't need it. They don't produce it. They're blind as well because they don't need it. That's them because they live down there. In fact, people are like that. Remember that Edom, just give an opportunity to kick these Edomites. You had this Edomite man, I forgot what country it was. I'm sure brothers can big him up. He had his daughter locked up in the Fritzl. That's it.
Austria.
See, you brothers is sharp. God, that the spiritual Google blood, man, linked it in quick. He had his daughter locked up for her whole life in the basement, and I think he breeded her in it. When the kids came out, they were pale as fuck with bleached blonde hair, and that's because even black children come out lighter. That's why there's a saying in the islands. Man used to say it to me all the time because they take the piss. Yeah, they say, oh, you see, boy, you know, lose your mother color yet. Like, that's the way, because most man, like my dad was light skinned, then he just got dark. You get me? Because he's losing his mother's color, meaning you're born lighter than what you're. This is like, my dad's like this brother here. I didn't lose it. I kept it, you know what I mean? I just kept it going, man. But, because you come out light. Like, so a lot of my daughters, they come out, they're yellow as hell. When you then now, what triggers the production of melanin in you is the sun. So the more you go out in the sun, you start getting darker and darker, and then you hit your equilibrium about wherever you're meant to be in it. But if you were just in a basement, like say like you spent your whole life in a basement, you never interacted with the sun, you'd be looking spooky. But that's because your body would never, it won't produce what it doesn't need. That's why them English footballers, they're over there like Rashford and them, man. I ain't never seen Rashford that dark. What the hell, man? Rashford's dark. Every time he's meant to be a light-skinned Negro. Because that's how it is. When you get the sun will juice you up. So Every animal that lives on the surface of the earth has melanin to protect itself, and there's different forms of melanin. Esau Edom was cursed to not have the melanin, and it is a curse. It's not something which is normal, it's abnormal, and it's not a benefit. Now they'll tell you, oh well, we left Africa and went to a cold climate. Wrong! I'll tell you why you're wrong. Because even the animals in colder climates have melanin.
The Afrikaners, the white people in Africa, South Africa, they're still white,
That's it.
Right? If we look,
So-called
if you look at the trees, they have what? Brown barks. But why they ain't white? Well, since you don't need melanin, because you're in Europe, then why are the trees also not demelanated? Why are the birds not being demelanated? Why are the Eskimos not demelanated? Now, here's another thing, snow. So, snow actually reflects light, which is why you get one thing called snow blindness. So having blue eyes, which is the lack of melanin in your eyes, makes you susceptible to snow blindness, meaning the UV light from the snow actually blinds you, damages your eye. So the best type of eye color to have in a cold climate, drum roll please, is brown, or some derivative of brown, hazel, whatever, but something with melanin to protect your eyes. That's why they wear them ski goggles, and they got the anti-UV filters. Now, as a so-called black man, you wouldn't need that. You know why? Because you already got UV filters built into your eyes, which means your eyes are useful in both climates. Now, same thing goes to the skin. They get what's known as snowburn. Look, Google it. I'm not lying. If they go skiing and they don't put sunblock on, they get burned. Well, that destroys your whole argument, because I thought the cold climate, which would explain why Eskimos are also melanated people. So no, you didn't. There's no place on Earth where it's advantageous to not have melanin except where? The bottom of the ocean and in your cave your whole life. So no, Europe is not somewhere where being light skinned favors you. It doesn't. In fact, I'll give you another thing too, the Afro hair. The Afro hair is useful in a hot climate because what will kill you is your head gets cooked from sunstroke. The top of your head overheats. So when you got a big ass Afro, you don't have to wear one of them big, because that's what them hats do. Them big turban hats, it's just replicating an Afro. It's putting distance between the direct heat and the top of your head. So in a way, the Afro protects your head from overheating from direct sunlight. Now, hold on. In the winter, what you don't want to do is have heat escaping from your fucking head. Do you know what type of hair releases the less heat from the top of your head? Afro, because it's like wool. So it actually helps you in both climates to have an Afro type hair.
I learned this the hard way this year. It's the first time I've like trimmed my hair short. I was like, oh, because normally I've got like I'll normally like shave at like level 3. So I'm not used to like feeling the cold on my head, didn't it? You know, when I went to like level 1, I was like, yo, is this why people wear hats in winter?
And the vitamin D thing is another lie. So it's like when they do the studies, there's 2 types of vitamin D. That's the bioactive type, and then there's the other type, which is not bioactive. Yes, Jake will tend to have smaller amounts of the non-bioactive type, but will normally have normal levels of the active type. But when they test you, they don't test you for the active vitamin D. So then they'll tell you you've got a vitamin D deficiency. It's overdiagnosed. And the reason they do that is to, again, to push the idea that we are at a disadvantage in these climates. But then again, I'd have to point you to the Eskimos, and it kind of cooks the whole situation. So yeah, we just have to shit on Esau for a little while. Esau Edom, he doesn't belong on the face of the earth. Based upon every animal every being that is made to be on the face of the earth has melanin, point blank period, and you can't point to me one that doesn't. If they don't, it's a genetic mutation which is recessive, and it's actually weaker, like a lion, albino lion, like it's not supposed to be. Don't talk about polar bears, because polar bears are black.
Exactly. Yeah. Can I bring this one? This is Job 30 from the top. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Yeah, these men are, he's getting inferior. That's why you can't get into the England football team, bro. But it's okay because when they win, you can also celebrate. France had the right idea. They just from day one, they said no, like get these youths out of the interiors of Paris, send them to Clairefontaine or whatever. They're the first ones that decided to do this. They said, you know what, man, we're gonna get all the best youths. We're gonna put them in a specific academy just for them. So you can go back and find images. Anelka's there, Henry's there. The whole French team, the man them that won France '98 went to, what's the name? If someone could find it, there's a specific school that France set up. England don't have that. England have got like all different academies. And then, you know, the different club, Arsenal Academy, Chelsea Academy. In France, they had a national academy of excellence for all of the best youths. And they all went there and all they would do is just do tech. Because they already know that Jake are going to be, the athleticism of Jake is certified. Because the one shall be stronger than the other. So when it comes to the fast twitch muscles and just strength, the Seedorf strength and just ferocious lycanism, we got that. Now you have to foster the technical ability, which is what they say Jake don't have. Well, tell that to Vieira, tell that to Anelka, tell that to Henry. No, they trained them and them man were tech tough. Even if you look at the French team after that, because all them man went to the same school, Paul Pogba, tech tough.
He's Matuidi. Matuidi.
Is that the name of the?
No. Another player. Matuidi.
Oh yeah. They were all tech tough. Vieira wasn't just no flipping athlete. The man had pure skill, pure tech, the touch, everything. And that's why France does so well, because they embrace the immigrants and they set up a system of excellence to garner that. Now in England, now they're starting to catch on, but they don't want Jake to be technical. Just pace some power, because they don't want people to know that Jake masters all domains. So they want it to look like we're just strong, but when it comes to skill, nah, they're not quite there. No, bro, we possess both, and France is proof of that. Skill, technique, everything, we got it. Like.
Yeah, the academy's called Clairefontaine.
Clairefontaine, yeah. Now all the UK had to do was do that. Just copy but they don't want to because it will get worse for them. Yeah, it'll get worse for them. They want the team to be but now they're trying to, but they're not developing the tech. Yeah. So in England, what they do is, if you're a black man and you got tech, they don't like you. You have to have the most of the pace and power. And it's like, so basically they only see you as like a athlete. They don't really see you as like a tech man. And if you got tech, they kind of like, but we're not looking for that. We're looking for we're looking for the guy that's gonna do the guy that runs fast and jumps highest. Whereas in France, they're looking for the tech man because they know that the athleticism will come. You know what I'm saying?
So that means they're hypocrites, because they got the eugenics thing to say that they want to kill off inferior, but they're the inferior ones that they should be backing themselves.
That's why they feel threatened, isn't it?
But that's why Esau's mentally ill. He's a mentally ill man. And the Edomites are losing their minds because they're like, how is it that they're representing the country because you set up a form of citizenship where you become nationalized and they're the best. They do outperform you in everything. And if you want to bring it to tech, they'll outperform you in tech too. Yeah, you can't tell me Clarence Seedorf weren't tech tough. Edgar Davids weren't tech tough. These men were all techie. So the black man has got tech. We got everything. We got IQ, we got strength, and we got tech. Stop trying to make it look like we only got one category. Trying to marginalize us. And that's what they do. If a black man comes into an academy, and he should be an AM, doing bare skills, but he's 6'2", they're gonna stick him in defense, or they're gonna stick him in DM. They did it at Man United. They put Paul Pogba in the fucking 6.
Fucking idiots, bro.
Man's an attacking player with pure tech, yeah. But it's like, cause he's tall and strong, he's a black man, yeah. And if you're a black man and you're not the tallest and the strongest, they don't rate you. Even if you're tech tough, you're only allowed to be tech tough and have no athletic ability if you're white. You know, and then it's cool. Oh yeah, he's got the IQ. Yeah. Fuck off, bro. Yeah, fuck off, bro.
He can see the run but can't make the run.
Bullshit. Like what they do to Jake here in the academies in England is so bullshit. Cause they don't want to accept the fact that we can be complete players. But France, I respect the France. They swallowed their pride and they said, listen, we're gonna create complete Negroes, and they did.
Got some more.
You look at them the other day, bro, and Dembele and them, man, bro. Oh, goodness. Chouameni, Kone, these men are technically competent players, bro. You don't see them with no donkey touches like Lukaku.
That's not more, isn't it?
Say again?
That's not more, is it?
Yeah.
The Okochas and them, you know? Go on,
Verse 2, Job 30 and 2 says, Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time desolate and wait, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men, they cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earths and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brave. Oh, no, that's a boogering.
Yeah,
Boogering. Oh, what was that? The Whitakers. On YouTube, man, if you watch the Whitakers, man, soft white underbelly.
Incest.
But that's what you really are.
He was a virgin.
And that's what
Yeah,
we're finding
literally.
out, man, that the Lord basically blessed you and gave you some elites here that could run with something. And those elites knew how to use other people. So those elites knew how to, oh, that Negro, he got a good idea. Hey, come here, Negro, steal that idea, take it. They understood that. You Edomites seem to think that you average Edomites are inventors. Listen, let me tell you this for free.
Inventors of abominations.
If I take a bunch of random Edomites from any country, whether it's America or not, and I put you somewhere and you're disconnected from your own elites, from money and capital, and I just say, yeah, build a civilization. You man are cooked. You ain't getting no TVs. You're not gonna get no. Stop acting like the average Edomite is some engineer level genius that can just build. No,
You're gonna get ass cracked beer fountains and shit. bro.
if they'll be able to make beer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Most of you Edomites, right, are not civilization building quality, bro. Let's just be honest, man.
The proof of that was when they landed in the Americas.
Yeah.
Right, they wouldn't have made that first winter. In fact, they didn't, because they resulted in cannibalism. Right, you look in Jamestown, right, and they look at the bones. The bones had markings on them that were consistent with cannibalism, right? And it was our brothers Gad and Reuben that helped them
The
survive.
Lord put the spirit on them to have mercy
Exactly.
on that bitch ass and not just kill you. It's the Lord that raised. That's why the scripture says it's the power of the Lord to take the basis of men, man, and put them up. The Lord could take a guy that's at the bottom and put them at the top and have a whole bunch of circumstances fall in their favor. And what fell in your favor is your sword was winning. Your sword was winning, and then now you got the sword and you got the money. So you got your own intellectuals, but you can also now use the intellectuals of other nations to your benefit, which most nations have done that. The Babylonians did it. What did the first thing that man did? Yo, which one of these Israelites got an IQ? Bring them over here, let's use them. So they brought Daniel and Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego and all the high IQ Israelites here to help build up their nation. It's not a new thing, but they didn't pretend that's not the case. They would they have to acknowledge, but
Talent,
you man would be like, no,
No
the,
talent.
the Negroes are not smart at all, they're all low IQ, they can't do nothing, blah blah blah. This is what makes you Edomites different. You just can't accept like, no, we had help. Like, yes, Jake that was amongst us, it made inventions too and contributed towards the development of your nation. Other nations, heathens, made inventions and contributed. No, it was just us. Bob from the pub with the pot belly. Yeah, on Twitter. Yeah, they got a low IQ over there. You know, we built we who? You didn't do nothing. You and your whole bloodline ain't invented a damn thing. Your bloodline was mainly man in the coal for it is the sound of the man working on the That's what you were doing. Your bloodline was in a coal mine somewhere in the black country, fucking picking coal. You didn't invent nothing, bro.
The point I want to say, you know, remember we used to have areas on the TVs, right? And he was busted
Put a
up,
hanger in
put a
there.
hanger in there and bending the hanger
Yeah.
around to make it work. That's where the most of them
Pretending.
done.
Like they're a nation of inventors. What have you invented? What has anyone in your family invented, bro? You were coal miners and chimney sweeps, blood. Stop fucking around, bro. Or they put you on a damn production line and you went, yeah. You didn't invent that process. Stop trying to. You're living off other people and trying to disrespect everyone else. Get the hell out of here, man. They put your ass somewhere in the jungle somewhere. You will die. You will die. You and your whole family. They put you in the jungle. You will die. Without the protection of the society that you live in, just like anyone else. Well, them Africans will survive. Them low IQ ones, them might start biting the trees.
Yeah, but that's good because there's certain certain plants that you can't just eat. Yes, that's a certain knowledge.
Bro,
You
take
need
away
wisdom,
McDonald's, man. Man can't even cook, man. Half of these men can't start a fire, man. And we talking about we built civilization. We was Vikings and shit. Shut the hell up, man. You're going into slavery,
Never
man.
made a boat in his life.
Get seasick.
I don't want to hear nothing about IQ from these Edomites, man. Because we know you very well. And the majority of you Edomites are dumb. Yeah, you're living off a very few of your elites. A very few, a small number. And they look at you as nothing. Ugh. Hey, Gregory, who is this chap? What's your name? My name's John, get this guy out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man.
I used to speak to this one lady. She was quite well-to-do. Well, rather, she was around well-to-do people, and then she was basically saying how one of the Edomites. We're not even talking elite level, but it's just a wealthy Edomite. You know, the ones that go to like them, like galas to donate. Them kind of Edomites, right? And then yeah, she said to this chick that I was speaking to, she was like, "Look at them." Like they went out just on the street, right? Or look at it. She was like, "Look at them. You don't want to be like them." Right, and this wasn't even like a. This wasn't even an elite.
This is exactly why you're gonna be like.
You ain't got one
pride,
Isaac Newton in your family line, bro. Not one. You just come from a bunch of farmers. I don't know to disrespect, because I don't think there's a disrespect there. But the way these Edomites go on is that they're a nation of scientists and inventors. Bro, you are not. Okay, you sir are a beer drinker and a low-level minion. So stop acting like you're something.
Yeah, we finished this. It's Job 30:7 now. It says, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. It says, they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
Vile? Oh, mate, yeah. Bro, I hate these guys. They'll talk about Jake, right? So Jake has an accent. Oh, mate, you can't even speak English properly. Bro, you don't speak English properly. Most Edomites do not speak English properly. Learn your history. The king's English wasn't everyone's English. That was standardized. And even in the UK, most English people do not speak the standardized form of English. Because if I go to Newcastle, I want to know what the fuck them man are talking about. If I go to Liverpool, bro, you see Carragher trying to speak to man, and man don't know what the hell he's talking about. And they got slang words that only they know. But they're allowed. If you're an Edomite, you're allowed to have an accent and not be deemed like as you're stupid. But then if Jake in London that says you get me, oh, they can't even speak English properly. Urban. What are you talking about, man? We know you people. We know who you are, man. You guys got 2 GCSEs to rub together, man. It's sad. You're not useful anywhere. You can't even go to another country. And actually you can. And the only reason you'll get off there is because of white supremacy. Man will be like, okay, he's white, so he must know something. But you're really dumb. They just haven't clocked onto it yet because they ain't around you. They think you're all Isaac Newtons.
And that's the thing. Esau has lived off of Hollywood all of this time. And Hugh Grant. Yeah, they think it's they think that Edomites are all Hugh Grant, right? But that's why I was saying, what do you call it? How it's beautiful that they're that's why I think it's beautiful that they're now putting themselves on TV. They're now putting themselves on the internet for everyone to be like, oh,
This is what it's like.
Is this what these people are like?
They're
low level. Because some of the arguments they're making aren't even plausible.
Sensible.
Like when they're saying, what was it, 250,000 girls or something? It's like, bro,
they make up their own facts.
Yeah, so easily manipulated. And they're insults. And we're finding out that these Edomite, they're all cocks. They're all just freaky cocks,
on
man.
The packet.
Bro, your superior nature is completely gone. And they're obsessed with talking about white women with black men for some reason. These guys are just, you're just low level, man. And you're being exposed. And your elites are going to be exposed too, because like we brought up at the beginning, they got all this knowledge and they're still dumb. Because they're trying to fight against God. So you're all dumb. You're all stupid. You're inferior beings, man. On every level. There's not a level you're superior to Jake, man. Not a level where it's superior physically, mentally, and spiritually. These are facts. It's just the facts. Just wait till the documentary comes out. Word to Deontay Wilder, bro. You had to lie. The system, so-called white supremacy is a lie that you told over and over and over again and beat it into the world that is true. And now you're angry that everyone's found out that no, you're not that guy. You're not physically superior to no one. You're not educationally superior to no one. You're just a man, and you're not really a superior man at that. You're very weak and weak man, and you're dying to call someone a nigger. That's the new thing now. They're dying to be racist now. Because that's the only thing you got left. Like, can I at least call him a nigger? So you can feel like you're somebody. But you know that if you come and do that in the wrong, Jake gonna punch you up. Because guess what? That time is gone. It's no longer 1920 and the fear of God is upon Jake concerning you. You come to London and then you talk a bit too crazy to the wrong Jake. Jake will send you to Queen's Hospital and King George. You'll have to go both in concession. Because Jake will feel no way to punch you up. Because all that fear that white supremacy put in Jake doesn't exist anymore.
You know what, just fuck around, find out.
Fuck
Find
around
out.
and do it.
Say it.
Do it. Free speech.
Say it. What about me? Oh, that Jake, the news reporter. Say it.
Yeah.
Go on. I will help you say it.
That's what it is. They're dying because why? That whole white supremacy is falling apart, man. It's falling apart. Everything. They turn on the TV and it's just black boxers, black footballers.
Why is that not me?
They were hoping.
Black actors taking white roles.
Hold on, they said, look at Norway. I want to support Norway because I don't want to support. This is so, it's just crazy because you're supporting a foreign country. So you went to a nationalist. So I said, I'd rather support Norway because at least it's all white. And then they got cooked.
But guess what?
Jake's there.
Norway have black players in their team anyway. Bob,
Yeah. And he's a baller.
He's a baller.
You might have to come over these sides still. But you get my point. They said we'd rather support Scotland than Brazil cook them.
Bro,
Cook them.
I think like 90% of the teams, have a black player, at least one.
Of course.
Even,
Even Japan.
Yeah, even then.
Which we don't agree with that. I don't personally. I don't agree with black goalkeepers, but
But the elders got PTSD.
Dida's alright.
But Dida had the bozo gene.
But he was alright.
He had a mistake in him, bro. Come on.
Yeah, he had a couple mistakes.
You need. I must admit, you need a boring white goalkeeper. That's just steady,
Fuck
bro.
that, bro.
I think, listen.
Well,
if there's
France
one,
won the World Cup with a black keeper.
yeah, but they didn't have to do nothing. Come on, man. But I had two Ram them man in front of him. Hey, because you know Jake want to play. You know Jake don't want to be in goal. Let the white man be there because white man would just want to be there. I just can't concentrate.
Long arm, you know.
And then when it comes, I'll catch it. Jake want to be part of the game, man, you know, just be on the field, man. Nah, I'm joking. Jake can do it too, man.
Well, even for when they played this country, England, they played Ghana had a black keeper, right? And they couldn't score. I'm saying they couldn't score.
Listen, that witch doctor was doing it. Black keepers out. The jury's out. I see free keepers, bro.
Fuck Esau anyway.
Yeah, 100%. Nah, like even that, they're hurt because that's exposed them. That even in your own countries, and all that shows that all these African countries needed was the infrastructure. That's all they needed. If they, because they come to these countries, they're a minority, but they get to be in the infrastructure and train from their child instead of training in the dirt.
Which is why the World Cup is so competitive. Like people are like, the better teams are shit. No. Because the big nations, France, England, whatever, took the best of the migrants. The remnant migrants that might not be as good are still good enough to play for the other their homeland countries.
And they go back, and they get they have the academies here. But it's so then basically it's the money and the infrastructure. If they had the money and the infrastructure in them countries, they'll be creating the ballers the same way.
Cape Verde have ballers, bro. They're
ballers,
press resistant because all of them play in South America. But like a lot of them was born in Holland. So they would have been in the academy.
The Dutch team. And that's what a lot of people forget about sports is it's actually a lot about money. That's why, for instance, when England are winning something, they'll be winning something where it's, let's say it's like, for instance, cycling, right? When you're talking about 15, 20,000 pound bikes, when you're talking about which called training centres, that
build the actual.
It's spending. That's why even a women's football is a perfect example of this phenomenon.
Put money in there.
Because who does best? America, England. Yeah. Right, when you watch the Women's World Cup and it's they're playing like, even it will be a first world country, but it's a country that don't care about their women playing football. Them teams get cooked. That's why US women's a national team can win 12-0 in a World Cup.
Money.
Because of the money.
The playing against Pakistan.
Exactly.
Exactly. You know, do is flip bread. Playing against like other women who've been in academy since.
Since
It's not gonna work, innit? But yeah, there's a lot of things that's like that. But you see, that's why Esau's being exposed, man. That you're not the prime male that you thought you was, and then now you can't breed. Because most of you are gay and women don't want to deal with you, and then you're looking even worse that you're actually crying about it on the internet and blaming it, and you think it's making you look like something. It's like, bro, it's pathetic, man.
Bro, and it's funny. It's like it ain't even like they're like it's like the Jake's just mixing or whatever. You're just not having enough sex. Like, you're inferior. You just pop, man.
Reproduce.
Like, I can't do it.
That's got a higher IQ, but you can't reproduce.
Yeah, but that's evolution.
Survival of the fittest, isn't it?
So then you're on the internet complaining about it. Being on Twitter talking about black people is not going to solve your birth rate, man. That's why we need to deport them. Bro, even if you deport all of the immigrants, you still have a birth rate problem.
Would be worse.
Fucking morons, man.
It's like, it's 1 Timothy chapter 6. Yeah, 1 Timothy 6 and 20.
Fucking incel nation, bro.
O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoid profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, because it's so cool.
Yeah, we don't. And that's why, listen, when the Spirit of the Lord is dealing with you, this man can't come with the foolishness. Brothers has been doing it. I've done it. Other brothers are confounded professors. Because really, how they do is because you assume they're smarter than you, that's how they get you. But once you show no respect and you do your due diligence, you realize that their arguments are dumb. And that's all that's happened with Esau. Esau tried to keep Jake in vocab wants us to be like that. Vocab because part of being white supremacy is to be spiritually supreme. Meaning automatically we should just listen to vocab. He's a white man. He don't have to be even a scholar. He should just turn up here and automatically what he says we have to accept.
Well, back in the day, do you remember at Oxford Street that happened? There was that big Bronx Jake. We always used to see him, north. The one, the high top nigga. That strong nigga. And basically, he was breaking down history to him, and he actually asked a white woman next to him, what they say.
That's a derivative of the system of white supremacy.
I didn't even believe us.
But nowadays, that's being broken down. Where it's like, man, are questioning these people now. Man are standing up to them and saying, no, we got our own knowledge and our own brain, and we could verify things for ourselves. We don't need you to verify our breakdowns. We don't need you to tell us whether the prophecy, we're breaking it down the right way. Even though you're saying you don't know the prophecy, and you're still trying to tell us we're wrong. But you saying you don't know it. So shut up, man. And this is where it's coming to, that part of being an Israelite is getting back into that spirit of, we ain't gonna hear nothing from you. You are not the great one that we just need to go through and whatever you say, Esau, and be cowering over you. We'll punch you up, man. We go through days wishing that Edomite would. I have fantasies, man, about being on a train and then I catch myself now, but I might end up on camera and stuff. But I have fantasies about Edomite just crossing the line.
Can I get a piece
so I can punch man up side his head, bro. Real talk. I'm sure brothers be having them little shadow boxing in their mind, bro. Like, blood, I wish this Edomite would say some shit. Now, before, we wouldn't be thinking like that. There was a time when Jake would be deadly scared. It's a real fear that Jake lived with, that the average Edomite you don't want to cross.
You eyeballing me, boy?
Bro, we're talking about there was a time period where just off the word of an average wasteman Edomite, you could just get lynched
Yeah.
Your life was in the
You're
balance,
crazy,
bro.
Because they said.
Because they said. So the respect they could command from you, that's what made them feel good. They could be broke, they could be down and out, but if a nigga, it could be a big nigga too. Could be a big, you know, brolic, strong nigga. He could still like, boy, yeah, and a nigga be like, no, man, I ain't trying, and we're backing down. But it's 2026 now. So shit's different. You roll up to one of them giant Jakes and say something stupid, all of a sudden you're backing down because you feel fair. And they don't really like it, man, that them roles have really changed in that way. But this is why they're the builders running around a homosexual trying to call people a nigger on camera, because they're trying to get that. They're kind of they're trying to reverse time to go back to the time where spiritually they had that dominance on Jake, where they could just, and any Jake would just melt. That time ain't coming back, man.
And you know what's funny, spiritually, like obviously the curses and that's why the Lord gave them the power. But just like inherently it's in the spirit. They've never had like dominance over Jake when you really think about it. Like even if you look at, you know, Cain and Abel, you know what I mean? If you look at Jake and Esau, you know, and obviously the variance that's been put between them within the seed, they've always felt inferior. You know what I mean? Cain felt inferior. To Abel, when the sacrifice was accepted. When Esau lost the blessing and the birthright, he knew he was inferior, and it was predestined from the womb anyway. The elder shall serve the younger. So in spirit, they've always had that inferiority complex.
Yeah,
to this day.
But through slavery, they programmed us to be. That's why when these Jake were coming over like that, I'm gonna keep it real. See, on the islands, them niggas worship these crackers, man, for a long time. And I mean worship, even now, but not as much as before. That's what I'm saying. That spirit is disappearing. But there was a time where any cracker would just get worshipped, bro.
Any just lame cracker who eats a bit of curry goat, and that's it.
Crying over the queen. Like there's generations, like my grandmother's generation, they used to have to sing songs to the queen, and they grew up in school worshipping the royal family.
My nan was that way.
So they love the royal family on a real level. Like,
do you remember when the queen did that?
Yeah, with that random.
Nigeria.
But guess what? The younger generations now don't give a damn about Esau, man. They'll punch Esau up. They'll lynch and kill them. And that's what Esau's realizing, that the spell is really breaking off. Jake is really separating them, like seeing Esau as more on eye to eye level. And they don't like that, because that's not, people got to realize that when the Windrush came over, that's why they could bully the way they were bullying. Can't bully the children of the Windrush, because man don't have that same feeling. Man are not walking around Brixton feeling like, oh, this is a new place. And, oh, these Edomites, that Edomite mindset, I don't want to start no trouble, sir. Listen, man, this is what we do now. Man will start trouble quick. this is my ends, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jake could be like, this is my ends right now. Like, yeah?
Here's your pizza.
Jake ain't got that same kind of feeling, man. And this shows you that we're at the end of his kingdom, because spiritually, Esau's supremacy, no matter which way you slice it, it's degraded. And that's why they're on Twitter crying, oh yeah, the white genocide, because they can feel it. They can feel that they're losing something. All of a sudden, everyone likes booties. So why is, but we don't have booties. Think of it, in the 90s, the pinnacle of the female form was the iron-bored white model with the big tits and the blonde hair.
What was her name again? That supermodel that we were all supposed
Kate Moss and
Kate
all them.
Moss, yeah.
That's a dead thing. That's been deaded off a long time ago. Even a white woman, she did a video, and mans was saying she was mid, and she made a video saying, yeah, I might be mid.
That's Kate Moss.
Yeah,
she
bro.
butters, bro.
But that's what they were pushing,
Is
right?
that the beauty standard?
Yeah, bro.
It was for a long time.
They were, bro, when you used to get the Nuts magazine, they used to have the Nuts magazine. Remember when they were trying to say Kylie Minogue had the best bum in the world?
Yeah.
Bro, they were trying it, bro. They were trying it.
Maybe when she was younger, maybe you looked a bit.
Nah, bro.
Skinny.
You know Benjamin.
But that's why Benjamin, it could be any white girl. And man will worship them. But that time is kind of gone. That time ain't, man will look at these things and say, oh, that's a dead thing. Right? They used to have this white woman, she did the video, and she was like, oh, I might be mid to you, but to your dad or your granddad, I'm a 10 out of 10. Because and what type was she? She was a slim white girl with a blonde hair, big breasts, and no body. But yeah, she's right. In them generations back then, that was because it's white supremacy. That was a 10 out of 10. Now you gotta have the full package to be the top thing.
But if she go and buy me a Range Rover, she
is
she making me mortgage free?
Economical baddies. I hear it. But that just shows you that that's part of their image is not what the base image of the white person is no longer the top image. They tried the beauty standard. They tried it for so long, but now people just woke up to like, actually no, man like gal with figures.
Little boys.
So no, you're not 10 out of 10 just because you're white. No, you need to have what makes you 10 out of 10. And that all of it's happening as we speak.
And even these white chicks are trying to get the tan up and all that stuff.
Come back, you're trying to.
In the gym squatting, that's all they do.
Because they're trying to get the bunk, and they're like, right.
They got to play catch up.
Lip
Lip fillers.
White man's playing catch up now.
That shit looks so stupid.
Fucking grab this. It's Isaiah 25:7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
That's right. That white supremacy. People underestimate how strong of a witchcraft that was on the minds of especially our parents and our grandparents and our because they were deep in slavery, man.
Bleaching industry.
The bleaching, just the even there's certain things my grandmother says now. I'm like, yo, that's a bit colorist. Still.
Give it the whole thing of fair skin.
Yeah,
like that.
Which is hold on. Even the word fair is a madness. Because fair doesn't mean light.
Like it means just good quality.
But anyway, go on.
No, that's it. That's it. Because in like in Ghana, if someone is light skinned, they say it's fair skin, and it's like you're trying to get as white as possible. But fair has nothing to do with the complexion. It's more so the quality of the skin. You know about blemish. Or for let's say King David said ruddy. You know what I mean? Like he had that glow. Not so much you know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That the white supremacy is cooked. And like I said, that's why especially the right wingers, they want to go back to that time when Esau, every Edomite had that supreme thing. Like, I'm smarter than you, I'm stronger than you, all that, like, you know what I mean? And I can bully you at any moment. I can make you walk out. Another thing people have noticing, Edomites don't walk trying to move out the way when you're walking.
Oh yeah.
That's a thing they try and do. And Jake would automatically just move out the way to let him go. No. That's done with now. Man would just you see the videos. Man would just straight bump into these Edomites now. Like, what? When are you gonna move? Bro, it's over. It's over, buddy. It's over. The elites ain't caught up to it yet, but in the spirit, it really is over. White supremacy is over. That like you've been exposed. It's like Andrew Tate. The moment he got beat up by a big black homosexual in front of the world,
did he?
People kind of realized he weren't hard no more, and his aura's gone. Esau, your aura's gone, and you can't get it back on Twitter. That's it. No, bro, you're done. We know the truth now. We know the truth.
We saw it.
Yeah, we've seen it now. We can't unsee it.
This is so I looked up the origins of the term fair skin. So the term fair skin traces its roots to Old English, where fair originally meant beautiful, pleasing, or agreeable.
There you go. And our people have been messed up off the back of that for years, man. Like the bleaching epidemic and like the brother said, the Benjamites could be the most done out fucking ugly white girl. Man would chase her down like a queen, and all that goes back to white supremacy that was established on the islands.
And that's why look, these white women, they come up to you now like, yeah, you want. I'm looking, I was like, I want you. But it's like, really, when you think about it, if they've seen their aunties and their moms and whatever dealing with an apex Jake, of course, and their moms and aunties are mids, they think that they have access to all Jakes.
Hey, Jake wants more now.
Yeah.
Bro, Jake will come out and tell a white girl straight, you're mid.
Yeah. Most of them are. Do you know there's a saying amongst the British men? There is a saying amongst the British that British women are ugly. That is that's just a saying that they have. You see what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, man. White supremacy is cooked. Yeah. And it is a spirit. It's a spirit, man. It's done. And that's why it's cooked, man. Just Jake needs to just learn this truth, because Yahweh Shah is coming, man. We're not at the beginning of this thing, we're at the end. Esau knows, that's why he's got anxiety.
Go preach it. This is Second Ezra. This is Second Ezra 6, verse 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched.
Yep.
As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Yeah, and the truth is, we're gonna you talking about chimping out. You're gonna see some real chimping out for 1,000 years. These guys are insane. Esau will go out, antagonize Jake. When Jake get angry, they say Jake chimping out. Bro, we're not human. If you antagonize any human being, are they not gonna get angry?
Out,
Oh, they chimping out, bro.
But Esau's playing that violent nature. We're violent people, whatever. Bullshit.
No, but
There's no more violent than Esau, bro.
But you're right. You go, you know,
You fuck around.
There's gonna be 1,000 years of chimping out on your ass, man. When the kingdom comes, and I'm gonna make you say it. When I'm whipping one of your comrades, I want to hear you say he's chimping out. Yeah, I'm damn right. I'm chimping out. Chimping out. Yeah, you're next. We're gonna do a whole bunch of chimping out today. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah. Ooh, that. Aye. Yeah, you make the noise now. Aye. You're gonna be making the monkey noises, man, when that whip hit your back. Yeah, to hell with these devils, man. To hell with all of them. Alright, brothers, close it up. I gotta run.
Alright,
Yeah, finish it up.
Yeah. Anyone preach as well?
This is verse. Have you finished it?
Yeah, I finished that one, yeah.
It's a book of Second Thessalonians. It starts from. This is 2 from 7. For the mystery of iniquity does already work. Only he who now retteth will let until he be taken all out of the way.
Right, so Esau's been allowed to, be in his positions where he can, have his dominance over the earth and portray himself as the ultimate of humankind. But really, he's most degenerate. All these other nations have something really about them that's more honourable than Esau. But Esau's been, like I say, given all this power, and he just bullied the earth into submission. And you're going to eat this doctrine. You're going to believe what I tell you. I'm the son of God. I'm God, and all these entire things. So made the nations look up to him. Put his image up as the pinnacle. Right, but the Most High got plans for him. Right, that's why the scripture speaks about the Lord shall despise his image. Everything that he's created, everything that he's building himself up to be, the Lord's going to tear it down. Pursuant to Malachi. And the Lord's going to, they're going to build, but the Lord's going to throw it down. The Lord's getting ready, man. Yep.
And then shall the wicked, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the gladness of his coming.
Come on, right? So yeah, in this time now, it's been revealed who the wicked is. It's been revealed who the wicked is, man. Where it wasn't known back then exactly who it was, but everything that's happened according to prophecy, Esau's at the front of it. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? So who's ruling the earth right now? Who's got their image up as to be the greatest? Even how they talk is full of pride.
Yeah.
They believe they're the greatest, but everyone points in the direction that you're not. You've grown great, yeah, but you've done in wickedness to be there. So you can't say you're righteous or you're honourable or anything like that. You've got your riches and your power through corrupt means, evil, wicked means, right? And so the Lord has no intention of keeping you in power, even though everything that you're doing is to try and keep your power and your position in the earth, right? As I say, it's going so far as to think that you're going to take on Yahweh Shai. It's really ridiculous, right? But that's why you're gonna get shown. Anymore?
Even him who's coming is after the working of Satan.
Yeah, he's Satan's agent, man. Yeah, Esau is Satan's agent, beginning with the elites. And these peons are just ignorant. They don't know shit, but the Edomites nonetheless. So they're gonna go down as one. That's it.
Yeah, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Yeah, like I say, he's been put in this position to do all these so-called quote-unquote great things, all these inventions that supposedly he's taking credit for, even though he didn't do it by himself. First of all, the Most High gave him the ideas of these things, or he's stolen it off Jake, That's it. Or he's riding the backs of other people, But he thinks he's so great because of what he's been able to accomplish in such a small amount of time. Let's be honest, it's been quick. All this technical revolution that we've had has been in a short space of time compared to the eras that have gone before this. A lot's happened in this small amount of time we've been in. Right, but that's just the Most High speeding things up towards the end. That's what it is. You know, he's been allowed to do these things, so the Most High can bring the judgment, man. You know, deliver the elect, and that's what we're waiting for, man. You know, so yeah, he's on borrowed time, man. You know, you got anything else to say before we close? You got one scripture?
Just one scripture, but sure. Yeah, Isaiah 14:12. It says, "How have thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How have thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said."
And that Lucifer was in a mocking tone, man. You know what I mean? Because you know, people hear that and it's like, oh shit,
The beautiful angel.
He was the most beautiful angel. Yeah. He played the guitar with lovely blonde hair. No, bro, like it's in a mocking term because you know these elites call themselves what the Illuminati. So it's like, hold on, if you're so righteous and so knowledgeable, how are you now being cut down?
How do you not foresee this?
Yeah, exactly. It says that in like you know what I mean, like Isaiah 47 chapter speaks about how they you're so proud and you're so puffed up. What then explain why you've been judged.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened? I mean,
Verse 13.
But you know, people read that and just bug out.
Yeah.
But if you read up, it says the king of Babylon.
Exactly.
You know, and who's the modern king of Babylon? Esau, starting off with his elites, man.
But it even says, is this man made to tremble?
Is this the man?
Yeah, made the nations tremble. It's just a man.
That's it.
You know.
Right, verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
Well, yeah, and that's what they've done. You know, the stars of the Lord are his people as well. You know, like they've finally got the day that they've seen in terms of Jake being rock bottom. But guess what? Tables are going to change in the date.
And you know, you'll notice in the scriptures, only man's foolish enough to think these types of things.
Is Esau.
Yeah, well, even like Nebuchadnezzar, Babylon, they thought they can reach these certain heights, right? Only man's foolish enough to think these things. An angel, if it was Satan, he wouldn't be dumb enough to think that. You know, because he knows what the deal is. But only man's foolish, and that's why there's a constant. There's always points in different stories that men are being worshipped as gods and stuff like that.
Pride of
and the Lord has to come and humble them.
Humble them. Even Antiochus Epiphanes, which Epiphanes means God manifest, right? And he actually believed. The scripture says that Antiochus Epiphanes believed back then that he could count the stars of heaven. You know what I mean? That was back then, but that shows you that's Esau.
Yeah, on a cloudy night, there's like 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually said he was so lofty, he thought he could number the stars of heaven, and that was back then. They didn't have the technology they have in this level. But that shows you that's Esau. You know, his habitation is high. You know his pride and just his set his nest among the stars. You know, like it's like he's literally the only people, like the main people in which their buildings even represent their pride. You know, these skyscrapers and that. It's like his personality, bro. You know. Man.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
He's got a God complex. You see, like most, obviously, most nations, they just want to rule, innit? Have the power. What does Esau want to do? He wants to chip you. He wants to monitor you and know where you are. Have basically artificial powers in which is most commonly attributed with the Most High. Know where you are, know what you think, but he's trying to engineer it.
Omnipresent,
he's trying to do that with his technology.
Because the Most High's not going to give it to him.
But he's not going to give it to him.
Right? Because if you
He's
think
going to give
about
it to us.
that's exactly that. And that's why Esau's mad.
Yeah.
Esau's mad.
Yeah, man, Esau's mad, bro. I mean, Esau's that nerd in school that was hating on the Jake. You know, like the jock Jake that was like smart and handsome and athletic. He just had everything
all around.
Basically a standard Nigerian. You know what I mean? But for real, like just athletic and smart, does it all, gets the gal. He's Randall J. Weaves from Recess. You know, with his hook nose and stuff. That's Esau, man. You know, good.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Is this the man? You know, it's just a man. It's a man. And
So it's obviously a physical ruler here on earth, man.
Yeah.
And again, the pinnacle of Esau's kingdom is America currently.
Yeah.
And they got Trump in office, but he's not really the real guy.
Yeah.
You know, but they got the figureheads or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, it's the elites.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That set all these things in motion.
Yeah. And what one singular, you know, group of people, what one singular group of people has made the earth feel so much pain and sorrow.
Bro, 2 world wars.
2 world wars.
2 world wars.
2 world
You know?
wars.
Short amount of
Man's
time.
been stealing lands.
Bro, even on that,
No one was safe.
I think they say every 6 days there's a country who celebrates their independence from Britain.
It's crazy.
Every 6 days there's a country somewhere in the world.
Damn.
And that's why they say the sun never set on the British Empire, because of the time zones. Like whilst it's dark here, it's light in Australia. Well, there's so many other parts of the earth where he's colonized, where in one part of the earth is darker, the other part of the world is light. You know, that's how much they are conquered, man. So, and that's just the British. So what about the Dutch? What about the Portuguese?
Exactly.
You know, because the Dutch, well, they have some fucked up shit as well. The Dutch and don't have as good. They have like a good PR in regards to slavery, but there was major players too. You know. Remember, like at a point in history, their currency was like one of the like more or less. Oh, what's that word? Is it reserve? Like the what's the word, man? I can't think right now.
So
Like their currency was like one of the main. You know how you have the pound is the main currency.
Yeah.
Reserve, world reserve.
Yeah, that's it.
Reserve,
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry,
currency,
I just said it. Yeah, but the Dutch at a point, their currency was the main thing going.
I think I was after Spain, innit?
Yeah, you know. So, yeah, that's useful for you.
And
man.
this is what we're saying. The man has seen being revealed, like, because look at everything he's been doing.
Yeah,
Look at his you know, the effect he's had on history. He's been involved in every major piece of wickedness on the earth, you know, in these last times, man. So obviously it's this dude, you know. Everyone pales in comparison to him. Anything more?
yeah. It says that the was the world's first major fiat reserve currency during the Dutch Golden Age in the 17th and 18th centuries. Amsterdam served as a global financial center. You know what I mean? So around that time, it was at the back end of the slave trade. You know, you had the Dutch, like East India Company. You know what I mean? You had a lot of things going on. You know? But,
That's it. Well, we was about to close up when you came
Okay,
back in.
Cal,
So
sorry.
let's brothers, you got anything else? No?
that's it.
All right, man, we're going to close up, man. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shai, B'Shem, Chaf, Kodash. That was honors unto the elders, the apostles, Jesus, Shalom, there to the